radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
Oh, happy Friday. You know, every once in a while, every year when we get done with the big holiday break and you're like, oh gosh, I've been off for a few days. Maybe it's a long weekend. Maybe it's a situation where you got the whole 2 weeks off or whatever. And you go back to work and you're like, I guess this is just my life for another year. And then Friday comes, you're like, oh yeah, I get a weekend. Do you feel that?
Today's that day.
Today's a day.
You're describing today.
I am. I'm describing my sentiments, certainly.
Oh, is that how you feel? I thought you were projecting.
Maybe both. I'm assuming there's a little bit of both there. So my daughter, she had the flu. What was it? Tuesday, she stayed home for the flu. Tried to go back to school today. That didn't work. So she's back at home.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's been a long flu.
It's the flu.
You never know. Sometimes it's a 24-hour, you know?
The 24-hour flu, I think, is what people, when they have, like, norovirus. And they think that the stomach nastiness, because you had a little of a bug, so to speak. When you get the actual flu, it's usually a bit nastier than that. When was the last time you were, like, flu-ridden?
I don't know, because I inject myself with so many medicines and antibiotics that sometimes...
but the more you do that, sometimes...
When something cracks through,
yeah,
then it's like, uh-oh. I don't think I really got bad this year. At the beginning of last year, so about a year ago, I was in the hospital. I don't know that was the flu, though. I was sick, and I needed to
And for you to be in the hospital is just to get you on IV with your cystic fibrosis, to get you going right away. So is there a circumstance involved that...
Onto IV antibiotics, yeah. So it's
say?
weird. It's a weird question to answer because the flu doesn't quite work the same for me.
No, not at all. Neither did COVID. I will never forget while we're broadcasting during COVID, and you're like, it's not a thing. It's not a big deal. And I'm like, it's a respiratory virus. You get a cold, you get a cough, you go to the hospital, like, you might want to look into this.
I think I was just saying that on behalf of everybody who was telling me in particular, hey, you need to watch this. I'm like, I know. Shut up.
I do think that we're getting a little bit more back to a normal. It's hard. This is a hard balance of before 2020, if you got sick, there was I'm sick and I shouldn't be around people because I'm going to get other people sick. If you're contributing to something, if you have roles and responsibilities towards something that if you're not there is going to cause other people to have to like make those up down the line. You try to get back in the game as fast as you can. And the question is, when you go back in the game, A, can I handle it physically? Am I well enough to do it? And B, am I going to get other people sick? We cared a lot less about other people before COVID.
Now it's all we think about is other people.
No, that's not really it, because it seems to me that there was a group of people that convinced you that you were going to...
Hell?
Yes. If you didn't do exactly what they said and follow the science, which we found out was, how would Jacob Fry put it?
The bologna sausage.
So, I just, it's a hard thing to figure out. It's a difficult path. And Jensen has been feeling better. She woke up yesterday without a fever. She didn't have a fever all day yesterday, but she still didn't feel great. She's not on any antibiotics, but today they were like, she can go home. It's like, okay, we'll take her back.
Well, it's almost the weekend.
It almost is the weekend. That's exactly right.
That's the good news, the big takeaway.
Did you watch the press conference, the Jacob Fry press conference earlier today?
No, I've seen a couple clips, but I did not watch it.
The attitude that this man has about his presentation, I get the feeling that these Minnesota elected officials have felt pretty secure in their positions.
Oh, heck yeah.
Ilhan Omar, Governor Tim Walz, vice president material, obviously. Jacob Fry, the way that they present themselves doesn't look like they fear if whatever their presentation is, whatever the issue is, they take a hard stance on one side of it. Who's somebody who does a good job of like, I actually thought Tim Pawlenty, who the governor of Minneapolis, according to CNN. I actually feel like when he came on CNN, he was like talking for the people. All of them. I don't feel like that's what Jacob Fry is doing.
Oh, my gosh.
He's so aggressive. He's so angry. And it's so off-putting to anybody who I feel like he knows who he serves. He knows who sent him there. That's what we're riding with. And that he's not afraid at all of showing all of his cards.
And he thinks that Minnesota, in particular, is going to be a blue state forever. And so he's pandering to hard, progressive voters, primarily in Minneapolis, because he's got the name, he's got the stage. You know, what does the future hold for him? He probably thinks it's higher office, and so he's making a play for that right now.
Jacob Fry does?
I think he thinks that in Minnesota he does.
I was just say, statewide maybe. I think those people might suffer him a little bit more. I don't know. I don't think that the Minnesota thing is going to go the way the other Minnesota thing went. I don't think the 2020 is here in 2026, and I think a lot of people are super annoyed that we're having this conversation again, that it's materializing this way. He said today in his press conference, one of the clips I listened to the press conference, and then there were a lot of clips that were playing on Fox after the fact. One of them was him saying, you know, like, people want to rush to judgment because they want the state to be able to participate in the investigation. They don't want the feds to come in. The FBI is there. They're doing what the FBI does, which is investigating a situation that involved a federal officer. And they want the state to be able to participate in that. And he's like, you know, they're out there. They've already come to the conclusion of what happened here. And that's very obvious. And, you know, I'm like, if we could get in the time machine and go back to within the hour of the incident happening, when Jacob Fry went on in front of that press, in that press conference, and said, we already know what happened here. And he said that this woman was murdered in cold blood with a bunch of profanity sprinkled in. So when are we jumping to conclusions and when are we not jumping to conclusions?
Thank you.
We're doing, that is the first thing that we're doing when it's to our own political benefit. When we're actually looking into an investigation, he's worried that the feds can't handle it. Why? Because honestly, he's probably not going to come up to the conclusion that Jacob Fry did without ever seeing evidence.
Yeah, and this is the same thing that Tim Walz was saying yesterday in his press conference. Hey, you can't just keep us out of this investigation. And his big argument was, unbelievably, we're too important to this investigation because we're so trustworthy. We're the trustworthy ones here. We're the people you can trust with these kind of things. We need to be involved.
I think people are feeling a nuance here that they haven't felt in the past. I think that people are understanding this woman died, and it sucks that this happened. I don't see anybody on the right cheering for her, cheering that she died. If she would have run over that ICE officer and gotten away, the story would be that ICE shouldn't have been there.
It's always going to be, according to them, that it's ICE's fault no matter what.
They have, up until this point, the difference maker in stories like this is the media. It's the people who permit them to perpetuate a handshake, agreed upon story where they can, you know, spew things. What is the phrase at the left? She was a legal observer or something like that. There was marching orders that had to have been sent out to the folks on the left, and they were all referring to her not as a protester, but I think it was like a legal observer or something like that.
No, I did not hear that.
Yeah, and over and over and over again, they repeat because it's all based on words. And then when you run this out into a media that goes, "Oh, I'm so glad you guys got your story straight. Let's roll." And then they start going with it, and then they all get, you know, the Claire McCaskills on of the world. I don't know, a whole bunch of the other lefty loonies by name.
Pundits.
I know a lot of faces. They all come on. They say the same thing. Narrative built. And then what does the right always do? They fight the narrative. They skip the part where they're like, what if we just didn't pay attention to the narrative? And what if we just went straight to the story? And there are less people willing to peddle that narrative than there were before. And there are a whole lot less people willing to lap it up and soak it in and just go with it and be like, okay, how do we think about this? What do we think about this? Let's go. Here's Mayor Fry.
We are a safe city. ICE is making it less so. We are a city of unity, but ICE is trying to divide us and tear us apart. This notion of inflammatory comments, I mean, come on, guys. You know, I dropped an F-bomb. They killed somebody. Which one of those is more inflammatory? I'm going with the killing somebody.
He's making jokes.
This is a time to follow the law. This is not a time to hide from the facts. This is a time to embrace them, making sure that we're pushing for transparency every step of the way.
More heated anti-ice.
So they went on to talk about like what they're going to do now, and Tim Walz is like, "Hey guys, how about unity, man? Let's have some unity today. Let's have a day of unity in Minnesota." Too late, bud. You've already stoked the fires. It has hit the fan. The moment that was occurring before this moment occurred, that is in full, unstoppable motion from President Trump, his administration, their willingness to expose every corner of fraud that exists in Minnesota. They won't stop digging until there's nowhere else to go, because they're in Minnesota. The fraud that is being exposed in Minnesota, that's going to have a ripple effect, because there are people who are involved in fraud over here who are also involved in fraud over there. So they're going to start tying all of these things together. They're going to understand how the game is played, and Minnesota is going to get turned inside out in an effort to find everything they can learn about how long, how many people have been involved, who knew and participated, and financially benefited, who knew and didn't participate but decided to take a willful blind eye to it so that it could continue. How does this affect the voting system? Minnesota is going to be ground zero for how we combat fraud across the country. And that's happening one way or the other. The one thing, and Renee Good's death, I know people are going to say like, she was a crazy leftist protester. Yeah, but she's dead. There are 3 children who don't have their mother. Whether she was a lunatic on the left or a right-wing crazy bat, whatever that they would call us, there are 3 kids who don't have their mother right now, and she is a victim, but she's a victim of a brainwashing left, the Mayor Jacob Frys of the world, the Tim Walzes of the world, the Barack Obamas of the world. I'm not even going to give Kamala Harris enough credit, because I don't think she's capable of brainwashing people for various reasons. These people have created an alternate reality where folks like maybe Renee Good, but you know these people in your life, I know these people in my life. They are not living, working, eating, sleeping, enjoying life in the same reality that you and I are. The things that make them happy are beyond me. The things that make us happy are beyond them. We don't understand anything about each other. It is a small group of people on the left, but in a very effective group of people on the left. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. The Mayor Frys of the world are trying to find those people and mobilize them. And they've been successful at doing so. When we come back, I'm going to play a clip from Rachel Maddow. I know everybody listens to the show to hear Rachel Maddow. Sorry, you're going to want to hear this, because it starts to make things make more sense. It starts to look at a situation like this that doesn't even feel grassroots at all. Don't you feel the elected officials going, come on, guys, let's go. This is our moment. We've got another one. We got one on the hook. Let's reel it in, guys. We need you to show up and show out. That type of motivation is incredibly dangerous, but it's not by happenstance. It's intentional. And in Rachel Maddow's words, I'll let her prove it for you when we come back. Don't go away.
Overwhelmed by you. And God, I run into your arms, unashamed because of mercy. I'm overwhelmed by you.
The Lutheran Elementary School Association. I was just talking with some folks from this little small but mighty team at LISA, the Lutheran Elementary School Association, that is just, they eat, sleep, and breathe how to bring Lutheran education to your child. They are doing everything they can to make sure that a Lutheran education is at the fingertips of your grandkid. There are 31 Lutheran elementary schools across the bi-state region, 34 elementary schools. There are 4 high schools, with one coming to Franklin County this coming fall. How exciting is that? And that Lutheran elementary education, secondary education, it's within your reach. It's more affordable than you think, and open houses are going to start happening here very soon. Now, what Lisa does is make sure that the affordability is there for you. So if that's ever been a hindrance for you, if you're a grandparent and you know that your grandchildren and your kids really want a new opportunity for the grandkids, I want you to consider going to lisastl.org and looking at the different schools that they have available and just see if it's something that you can do. Because if it's not something you can do completely yourself financially, there is tuition assistance available for you. And we'll be doing some more fundraising at the end of this month to continue to make that possible for kids maybe just like yours. lisastl.org.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now, but I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code NEXT for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code NEXT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code NEXT.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show. 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Outside of this one church town, there's a gold dirt road to a whole lot of nothing. Got a deed to the land, but it ain't my ground. This is God's country.
I know you highlight these peaceful protests on your show regularly. Do you think they do any good? Do you think that anything comes from them?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, I do. I mean, in political science terms, there's what's called the 3.5% rule, which is that if you look at authoritarian regimes of various kinds all over the world over the last century, once you have 3.5% of a population protesting nonviolently against a dictator or an authoritarian, that is essentially an unstoppable force that they can't oppose, and that precludes them from consolidating dictatorial power.
3.5%.
3.5%. It's not that much larger a number than what we're already seeing in the streets against Trump.
There you have it.
Okay, so they know exactly how to break this down and to stop the elected president from doing legal things.
I think when Rachel Maddow, to me, I'm trying to say this in a way that, when it gets clipped from me in the future, it doesn't completely say something different than I'm intending. The thing that I respect about her presentation is that she's very out there with what she's trying to say. She's not somebody who, she talks more in this is what we need to do for our side than she does in just trying to tear down other people. Now, of course, she's trying to motivate the left side of the aisle through showcasing all of the terrible things that Donald Trump has ever done. Again, going back to what I was saying before, the separate realities that we've now maybe completed. It's been going on for a while. I'm curious how many people You can text us if this is you, 314-241-9797, 314-241-9797. If you take the arc of, when did he come down the escalator? 15, probably late 2015. So we are over 10 years into the Donald Trump political experience. How effective. Think about when it first started, the deceit that, yes, the deep state, Hillary Clinton and James Comey and Barack Obama and Joe Biden and all of the people who were involved, what would be like Brennan, and I'm trying to think of all the names at this point. They had a plan to make sure that Donald Trump would never, ever get through. And then, honestly, just an opinion, but by the grace of God, he was like, I'm going to sneak this one through. Donald Trump was able to sneak it through, shock the world, and then the oh crap moment. Did Hillary Clinton want to be the president? Yes, obviously. I think she still does. But I often think about watching other people who have lost the race, the presidency. Mitt Romney kind of comes to mind. John McCain is kind of the same way. They didn't just go on forever and ever and talk about like the loss of the pregnancy. Loss of the presidency was the whole schmo. That's like the whole kit and caboodle of their existence. Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State. She was a senator. She was a first lady. She was the first lady to a governor. I mean, she's done a lot of things, and she was very much so an active and mobile first lady. She wasn't, just measuring drapes and throwing lamps or something. Didn't she throw a lamp?
Probably.
Yeah, no, I think she did. Google Hillary Clinton lamp and just tell me what you. Give that, and pick the most exciting URL name that pops up in the top results there.
I will. I'm looking forward to this because I love lamp.
Well, Hillary, I don't think does. I think she's got a problem with them. But I mean, she has an incredible. I mean, I would honestly say there are few people in modern politics who have amounted a resume that is as impressive as Hillary Clinton's. But the whole existence of Hillary Clinton at this point in time is that she lost to Donald Trump. And I really think that a lot of that has to do with they thought it was a lock that she was going to be in, and they acted as though what they did to get her there wouldn't really ever be anybody else's business. And then it's slowly become our business, not fast enough and maybe not deep enough, but what these people have been capable of for such a long time is probably borderline, if not full-fledged, treasonous. Because they managed the people in a way that would allow them to, learn, to hear, to be exposed to what they wanted to, and then they would manufacture things to slant what is true by way of their party so that they could stay in power. They're pulling puppet strings the entire time. That's not, from the inside, that's not a free country. And it's been exposed. So then you get to 2026 and Mayor Fry is up there and all he's doing is acting offended. His whole press conference could be summed up by, and I quote, just disgust. And there are not Americans out here right now who are watching that. People are not glued to their television the way they were in the summer of love. And in fact, I tune in to the news stations right now, and I'm just like, God, I hope they're not covering it.
But Jacob Fry of Minneapolis does have a cool Elvis curl that looks like he's just sort of been in deep work.
So did Ethan at the beginning of the show yesterday. He let me curl his hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got my curling iron on here every day, and I was like, hey, can I curl your hair? He's like, sure.
How did I miss this?
There are things that happen out of your presence. I offered my services to you the day before.
Yes, but I don't have enough hair, but possibly if I let my beard grow, you could do it.
No, I was talking about the makeup.
The Hillary Clinton lamp story, the origin of the story.
The origin story.
Is that in the 90s, several news stories and books, like tell-all books, referenced an incident in which Hillary Clinton threw a lamp at her husband, Bill Clinton, during a heated argument, possibly during the Monica Lewinsky scandal. Now, Hillary Clinton has gone on to deny the incident, saying that, quote, if I'd thrown a lamp at somebody, I'd think you'd have known about it.
Everybody knows about
Which
it.
we do.
Everybody knows about the lamp. Everyone knows about the lamp.
So there's the history that apparently, I mean, she's saying, I guess she didn't really say that she didn't do it in that quote. She said, if I'd thrown a lamp at somebody, I'd think you'd have known about it.
We know. Let's take a break. The YouTube poll for today. Should the United States acquire Greenland? Yes, by any means. Yes, but not by force, or no. Have you been to Greenland? You've been to Iceland.
I've been to Iceland.
Which is green.
Yeah.
And Greenland, which is...
ice.
Yeah. Seems like they flip-flop those somewhere along the lines.
On purpose.
On purpose? Deception.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know. Are you like pumped for Greenland? Does it become a territory? What? How are we going to get it? How are you okay with it? Yes, you're okay with getting it by any means necessary, only if it's not by force. Or no, we don't need Greenland. Go vote. YouTube poll. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Bob Kershaw with Retirement Advisory Group.
Hi, I'm Tammy Kershaw. When we meet our clients for the first time, they have built up a lifetime of savings. Their question is, what can we do with this money so we can live comfortably the rest of our lives? First, we develop a strategy to protect your nest egg from any market losses. Then, we build your own personalized structured income plan that will generate you an income the rest of your life. We put you in control of your money.
You've earned it, and it's our job to make sure you enjoy it. Let our team show you how you can have the retirement of your dreams. Call us now at 314-993-9494 for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement review. You will also get a copy of our latest edition book, Your Key to a Worry-Free Retirement. We've been helping retirees and pre-retirees retire with confidence for 40 years. Call us now at 314-993-9494 or go online at retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
I bet you didn't know you were stepping into international intrigue today, but you get to decide, should the United States acquire Greenland? Here are your options. Yes, by any means. Yes, but not by force. Or no. Let us know in today's YouTube live chat poll, and of course weigh in with comments on YouTube or by texting 314-241-9797. It is 12:32. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
JerryKelly.com. Still leading 97.1 FM Talk. St. Louis Conservative.
I will say this about Greenland. We need Greenland from a national security situation. It's so strategic. Right now, Greenland is covered with Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need Greenland from the standpoint of national security. And Denmark is not going to be able to do it, I can tell you. You know what Denmark did recently to boost up security in Greenland? They added one more dog sled. It's true.
Sir, what would
They thought that was a great move.
What would the justification be for a claim to Greenland? What would the justification?
Oh, I don't want to talk about Greenland now. I just say this. We need Greenland from the standpoint of national security. And the European Union needs us to have it. And
There's President Trump from Air Force One. Off air, we were kind of keying in on the beginning part of where he says it, and then he says it again. I think he's developing a chant.
I will say this about Greenland. We need Greenland.
We need Greenland. We need Greenland. All right, let's go.
All right, I'm in. I'm a yes on the poll.
What color should the team be?
White. But kind of milky white because of the ice.
Ew, don't say milky white.
I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it over and over. Milky white.
I would say
color.
I think I like the word milky less than most people like the word moist.
I think I'm fine with both of them. They both describe a great marshmallow fluff.
Do you buy marshmallow fluff?
No, but I would.
But I mean, like, you're a grown man. You can. That's one of those things that in the grocery store I walk by and I'm like, that exists. Marshmallow fluff sitting on the shelf, just waiting for me to pick it up and own it. So it sits on the shelf in my pantry for me to have whenever I want.
I know. I can't justify having it.
No, you shouldn't.
Every time I walk by it, I do the same thing. I'm like, that looks amazing.
Yeah. And it's what's stopping you from going, I shall have that.
Because then you have to go home and either make something from it, which I don't want to do.
Self-respect.
Or sit on the couch and eat marshmallow fluff out of the container.
No.
Yeah, that's your options.
Those aren't the only two options.
They are too, and that's why we need Greenland.
When you want a treat, when you want something, the way to do it, if you're trying to, I know how, Ryan, you're always talking about your figure. When you want to watch your figure, you got to buy it when you're going to have people over or when the family is going to consume the majority of it. So
but
like,
how are they consuming it?
Marshmallow fluff?
Yeah.
I have heard of people, am I saying this right? Do you get like a sandwich with peanut butter and marshmallow fluff?
Oh my gosh, that's
It's
true.
Peanut butter and jelly, but like instead of jelly,
Dang
it's...
it, now I got to eat that. Because that sounds amazing.
Does it? White
That,
bread?
Maybe honey.
I will have peanut butter and honey.
Peanut butter and honey's good, but you got to use a lot of honey. And a lot of jelly. I guess it doesn't matter either way.
You put jelly on it?
Well, jelly or honey, not both.
Okay.
A jelly
that
honey
would
sandwich?
be crazy. What else could you put the marshmallow? What else do people put it on?
That's it. That's the only thing you can do with it. You can put it on a sandwich or eat it out of the bowl. Or you have to create some concoction with it.
What about like with graham crackers? It's like a s'more.
You just put it on a graham cracker?
I don't because I can't get it off the shelf. It just sits there and I'm like, I just turn around and look over my shoulder. I'm like, bye.
I guess that's the lazy man's s'more because you didn't have to have a fire.
Maybe it's the safe and thoughtful woman's s'more.
I don't think so.
Okay. I tried.
I think your best option is making a sandwich. I think you already found it.
Have you ever had that?
No, but it does sound
People are
amazing.
saying it's a fluffernutter, which could mean a lot of things if you weren't aware that it was a sandwich.
Oh, man. I've watched those movies. You know what we need? We need somebody to tell us what you can do with marshmallow fluff that we have not thought of. Because I'm a consumer ready to buy it. And so is Annie, apparently.
No.
We
I'm not
just
buying
don't
it.
know what to do with it. I think I can speak on behalf of Annie here.
It's a good
and
thing
say
that Christmas isn't next week.
that
'cause
she
I would,
is ready to buy marshmallow fluff in giant containers, as I am.
And I wonder if marshmallow fluff is the type of thing that never expires because it's maybe not RFK Jr. approved actual food.
Right. Yeah, Twinkies, cockroaches, and marshmallow fluff.
Your favorite food groups.
In the year 3000.
Greenland, do you want it?
Oh, yeah. I want it bad.
Okay.
I do, but
I'll let you flesh this out for me. I don't have any follow-up questions yet.
Okay, think about it while I answer.
I'm going to try not to.
I do believe that there is a reason why they're not willing to say, no, we won't use force. It's because they want that to be on the table, even though they're not ever going to do it. They will never use
How
force.
crazy is Donald Trump? Well, we're not 100% sure.
Exactly.
So you're saying there's a chance?
You want Russia, you want China, and you want Denmark to all believe, you know what? I don't think Trump's going to do that. But in every interview, all of his surrogates are out there saying, you know what? Nothing's off the table. We don't want to do that. We have no desire to do that, but nothing's really off the table.
Why do you want it?
All the reasons that strategically that I've seen
Which
from minerals and access to ports. I mean, Brad and I were just talking about this off air, the fact that if you have Greenland, you have a lot of airspace and you have a lot of water space. And it's just a huge piece of land that nobody's using for anything.
I mean, there's a lot of strategic defense around it. J.D. Vance, he really is a great, reliable voice for this administration because he talks to normal people. Donald Trump doesn't. When Donald Trump talks, he's talking to everybody all at once. When he says something in a spur of the moment press conference, he knows that China's going to listen to what he says.
Mm-hmm.
And he also knows that the folks in the Midwest are going to listen to what he says. So it's all out there. It's authentic, but it's intentional as well. When it comes to what the Trump administration is doing, J.D. Vance is great for, all right, guys, here's what we're thinking. This is why we're doing it. And then he says it in a way that makes me go, well, that makes perfect sense.
The president is going to make the ultimate determination here, but there's been a lot of bellyaching from Europe, and Europe has failed to contend with the fundamental argument the president and the entire administration has made. Greenland is critical, not just to our national security, but to the world's national security. People don't realize this. The entire missile defense infrastructure is partially dependent on Greenland. If, God forbid, the Russians or the Chinese, not saying they're going to, but if, God forbid, in the future, somebody launched a nuclear missile into our continent, they launched a nuclear missile at Europe, Greenland is a critical part of that missile defense. So you ask yourself, have the Europeans, have the Danes done a proper job of securing Greenland and making sure it can continue to serve as an anchor for world security and missile defense? And the answer is obviously they haven't. They've underinvested in their security. They haven't done a good job of securing that area, that landmass. And what I hear them say is they'll always make an argument about the past. They'll say, well, we fought together in World War II, or we fought together in the war on terrorism. And we're grateful for that. We love having these allies, but just because you did something smart 25 years ago doesn't mean you can't do something dumb now. And the President of the United States is saying very clearly, you are not doing a good job with respect to Greenland. We're going to make sure we defend America's interests. And I think the President's willing to go as far as he has to make sure he does that.
So when I listen to J.D. Vance talking about this and saying that the President has determined that the Danes are not doing a good enough job with Greenland, there's a part of me that goes, why does he get to say that?
Yeah, but this is part of the information overload warfare that they're trying to put out there on behalf of Greenland. They're trying to make it look like this is an absolute priority for the administration, which maybe it is, but they're trying to just force people's hand on it, and maybe they don't end up with Greenland. Maybe all that happens is that Russia backs off a little bit, but that's still a win.
Here's more with Jesse Waters and J.D. Vance.
They're saying it's too cold for American soldiers to handle. You've been there.
Who was saying that? Jasmine Crockett?
The Danes. Probably Crockett, too.
I think Americans have done very well in some very cold places. I will say I wouldn't want to serve there, but luckily the vice president's residence is here in Washington, D.C.
So when you hear how Denmark is responding to this, it seems as though they're not like, ooh, what kind of deal could we make? Let's talk. Let's discuss. At least not on the public face of the topic. But there's nothing that I've seen publicly that makes it seem like they think it would be a really bad idea. It feels like they really want to continue to retain the control over it. But I have to think that if, there's the discussion that Greenland could be taken by force. I don't think that that's actually something that is on the table.
I don't either.
I don't think that's a serious thing. I think that the meetings that they have surrounding taking Greenland by force are the ones that happen after Donald Trump's third-term election team meets. I think there's a sequence of those. But to your point, and I agree with that why would you take something off the table, especially when it's absurd?
Yeah, and if Denmark is outright saying this will not happen, then that's one thing. But Greenland is still a nation, and I've seen before the numbers, if you run it, give every person in Greenland $1 million.
That's $100,000.
or $100,000,
Yeah.
whatever it is. And it's a drop in the bucket compared to the fraud of Minnesota.
Well, and really what I see coming out of this likely, if it were to actually materialize into a deal, is that Denmark is probably going to come out real nice with the job. And it's like if you ever become affiliated with the parts of something that you really love, but you maybe don't have to have the maintenance and the upkeep. Talk to me. How could this work? How could tell me an offer, make me an offer I can't refuse. And Donald Trump does that, and he wins a lot of deals like that. He certainly doesn't win those deals by saying, here are all the things that we're not going to do. Should the United States acquire Greenland? Yes, by any means necessary. Yes, but not by force, or no, it's not up for the United States doesn't need Greenland. You can go vote youtube.com/@AnnieFry in the live chat poll. You can also text us at 314-241-9797 to give us some feedback. The be or not the be next.
Hey, it's your main man, Jimmy Fallon, and I am headed your way. Saturday, January 24th at the Factory in Chesterfield. We are defunding the joke police. So grab your tickets at 971fmtalk.com/events, and I will see you in the loo.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
License number E2014A.
Hey, it's good to see you.
At Grasser Home Services, we're looking for happy plumbers to join our team. Plumbers who are polite, honest, and do the job right.
And love dogs. They must love dogs.
Plumbers who treat customers' homes with respect, care about the details, and show up on time.
Know a happy plumber who's great with dogs?
Have them call Grasser Home Services.
Green is always Grasser at GrasserHomeservices.com.
Surprise!
Surprise!
You know, surprise parties, they can be fun, right? Well, financial surprises, not so much, especially when you're retired, like finding out you owe more in taxes than you thought you would, or having to go back to work to make ends meet. Maybe you think you'll be okay, but why not double check just to be sure? Call Marvin Mitchell at Compass Retirement Solutions and schedule a retirement double check. Marvin and his team have been helping families plan for retirement for more than 15 years. Call 314-373-1598 to schedule your retirement double check with Marvin Mitchell at Compass Retirement Solutions. That's 314-373-1598. Don't let a financial surprise derail your retirement dreams. Give Marvin and the team a call, 314-373-1598. Firm offers insurance services, investments, and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and in Illinois.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Wiggins. Oh, Wiggins.
The Bee or Not the Bee.
All right, here we go. A series of stories that are either from the Babylon Bee, which would make them satire and fake news, or they are real. I will tell you the headline. You will tell me whether it is real or fake. First one, Maduro now polling as most popular Democrat.
No. That sounds like the Bee. Your microphone's not on.
Yes, it is the Bee. The voters obviously love him, said one pollster. Honestly, it shouldn't surprise anyone. He has everything Democrats want in a politician: suppression of freedom, unbridled corruption, and straight-up socialism. Now that he's residing in the U.S., he's a shoo-in for the nomination. There's already a campaign office set up for him, and Maduro 2028 signs are being printed as we speak. That is the Bee.
Did you see... I guess it was, is it Han Solo? Did you see the Bee picture of Donald Trump at the resident desks and Han Solo in the thing?
Yes.
But it was Maduro?
Yes.
What is the thing? What am I saying?
Carbonite. He's frozen in carbonite.
All right, there's the Star Wars interpretation
I did
of what
see
I was
that.
trying to communicate.
Yeah. You should have made him into the resolute desk.
I thought I was I thought it was funny, and I'm not even a Star Wars person.
I thought it was funny too, and I'm also not a Star Wars person. But I did just learn that because I like the Mandalorian a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Mandalorian movie coming out in May.
Mm-hmm. A Jon Favreau movie.
Can't wait for that.
This is something that we kind of discovered last year for Halloween. This is what you were for Halloween. You dressed up as you said, a person from Tatooine.
Yes.
And I said, what would you call a person from Tatooine?
I think it was a tattoo-wiener or tattoo-weenie.
I said weenie. You corrected me. I was like, oh, sorry, I'm not a Star Wars person.
Yeah, that's part of the canon. Yeah. You can't screw that up. All right, next one. Democrats confused why Venezuelans cheering downfall of nice, warm collectivism.
B.
That's the B. What's wrong with these people? Asked liberal Stauncy Billups. Stauncy. Sorry for everybody who's listening named Stauncy. Watching the festivities, how can they be happy at a time like this with their dear sweet collectivism being ripped away? They must not understand how good they've had it, being free of rugged individualism. Those fools. Democrats have posed several theories, including perhaps that Venezuela had failed to try real collectivism.
I need to maybe just make it a poll. I need to know how much you folks want to hear about Mom Donnie. Here's what I think. For every time I hear like a top tier A-level media outlet refer to Mom Donnie but not be able to pronounce his name, I don't think I should have to report on him at all.
Okay.
The older these people are, and honestly, it seems like the more conservative they are, they stumble over his name. They call him Mom Donnie a lot. They can't get his name right. It's like Mom, your mother, whose name is Donnie. It's Mom Donnie.
It's like Chipotle.
Oh, gosh. Chipotle.
Mom Donnie.
Mom Donnie. That's his name. Mom Donnie. But they all know, they're like, gosh, this is tough.
Mom Donnie.
So is his leadership style.
With extra queso.
But do people really want to know all of the socialist things that are happening in New York City? I don't know the answer to that. Do you?
I vote yes.
Maybe you'll have to have like Mom Donnie Monday.
Well, I don't want to do the whole show.
No, you just have to do a segment.
On what he's doing. Okay. All right.
I just want to know what he eats for lunch with his hands.
We'll look into that. Ew. Maybe it's Chipotle. Chipotle.
With his hands.
Democrats once again threaten. This one hits deep, guys.
It's the government knockoff.
Pay attention here.
Chipotle, taxpayer subsidized Chipotle. It's actually called Chipotle.
Oh no, that one's free though.
Well, yeah, that's what I said.
Democrats once again threaten civil war to stop Republicans from taking away their slave labor.
Oh man,
real?
It's a real story. It's a B headline.
This is a B headline, but man, does it cut deep. Here we go. For the second time in American history, Democrats are threatening civil war if Republicans do not stop taking away their slave laborers. Democratic governor and former vice presidential nominee Tim Walz has warned that he is prepared to call up soldiers to fight the Republican administration if it does not stop removing his state's workers. This is real. I mean, that's what's so sad about this. We're prepared to fight, announced Walz in a press conference. We demand the immediate withdrawal of the Union, federal troops who are taking away our workers.
I had a conversation. I don't think I said this on the air, so I'll be brief if you tell me that I have. But I was having a conversation with somebody who was attacking Trump's tariffs. And he's like, who's going to pay? All that tariff is going to come back on the consumer here in the United States. It's going to make everything cost so much more. And I go, well, the tariff is on the countries, and it's on foreign products. I said, we have a lot of investment coming with these tariff deals to say, invest in America. And if people are more inclined to buy American, if they do pass those tariffs on to their goods and services that are coming from overseas, then American-made products and services now become more affordable compared to their super cheap foreign labor goods. And the person said to me, he's like, well, I know, but I don't want to spend $4,000 for my new iPhone. And I said, well, President Trump is working hand in hand with Tim Cook to try to bring a lot of that stuff back here. And I said, at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, do you think it's important to buy American, to support American laborers, to support American entrepreneurship and American businesses and maybe sometimes have to pay a little bit more, or do you support cheap child labor? And the person thought about it for a while. He's like, cheap labor. And I'm like, I just wanted you to say it out loud.
I mean, whoever you're talking to picked the exact wrong example of a thing that's going to be more expensive because the iPhone is literally they're onshoring that.
I said that. And I told him, I'm like, I think that they're building American iPhones. And I said it was like late at night. So I was not going to go look up the details about it. But I was just thinking, like, the information that he was told the tariff talking point, and it was sufficient. And at the end, I'm like, child labor? He's like, oh, yeah. I was like, okay.
Oh, boy.
Well, there you go.
Love him. Don't love child labor.
Next one. Georgia County ends COVID state of emergency.
Excuse me? Real.
Yeah, this is too bizarre to be real. Or to be fake.
You're correct. This is too bizarre to be fake. It is real. A DeKalb County official announced Wednesday that it is ending its COVID-19 state of emergency and that all employees will need to return to the office with some hybrid work allowed. CEO Lorraine Cochran.
So I was thinking this was going to be some sort of, like, they had a flare-up. But this is actually left over.
This is actually from COVID-19. They never stopped the state of emergency.
J.B. Pritzker had been taking notes. That's terrifying.
Yeah. It's an executive order signed by the CEO of the county, finally, to end it. Unbelievable. Liberals' emotional support dog gets its own emotional support dog.
I don't know. B.
Yeah, I'm going to guess B as
It's
well.
the B. You guys are 100% on this one. Jenny McCoy, a local bookstore clerk with deep anxiety over climate change, reportedly transferred so much of her own trauma over to her emotional support dog that her emotional support dog had to get an emotional support dog. Quote, Flash was suffering from emotional outbursts, probably also due to climate change, McCoy said. And the only way I knew how to help him was to make sure that the vet authorized an emotional support dog for my emotional support dog.
Yeah, these emotional support dogs need their own emotional support pets to deal with their handlers.
She also added, now I can legally have 2 dogs living in my apartment, which is great.
And there it is. Should the United States acquire Greenland? Yes, by any means. Yes, but not by force. Or no. Here's the question for you, and we want you to vote in the YouTube live chat poll. We also want you to text us, 314-241-9797. What do you think about Greenland? Or marshmallow fluff? Because that seems to be the mix of text messages that we're getting right now. We'll be right back.
What if every time you spent money, you saved money too? With Achieve It Checking from Together Credit Union, you can do just that. Every debit card purchase is rounded up to the nearest dollar, and the spare change goes right into your savings. And here's the best part. Together Credit Union boosts your progress by matching qualifying savings, up to $8 a month. It's a free checking account that helps you achieve more automatically. Learn more, or better yet, enroll today at togethercu.org. Together Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, America's largest family law firm. During this time of year, difficult relationships sometimes become impossible. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood, St. Louis.
HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com is the website. 314-227-9636. Call 314-227-9636. This, they're locally owned, family-operated business. You're going to get to know them a little bit more today. X's and O's, once again, with Home Shield Foundation Repair in studio at 2 o'clock. And with special guest Mark Cox is going to be our second expert here in the room. So stay tuned for that a little bit later in the show. We'll talk to him a little bit about what he can do for your basement concerns. Some of you know that you've got a big problem on your hands. You might be buying a property and you know it's going to need some work and you're trying to figure out exactly what kind of work. And you want to invest in a solution that is going to solve the problem the first time. And the conversations I've had with Matt Hayes, the amount of times he's had to go fix something that somebody else said that they were going to fix, money was invested, problem was not solved, and then Matt Hayes and Home Shield Foundation Repair have to show up and fix it, you definitely want to avoid that. That's why the first phone call you make, or at least the last one that you make, should be to Home Shield Foundation Repair. 314-227-9636. Call 314-227-9636. HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com.
At Graybar, we know your time is money. That's why our services go beyond parts and products. With kitting, pre-assembly, wire carts, and Graybar smart reels that keep you moving. We stage materials and manage logistics so you can spend less time sorting and more time installing. And with locations nationwide, we deliver when and where you need it, working to make your job easier every step of the way. Yep, Graybar does that.
If I could be you.
And you could be me for just 1 hour.
If you could find a way
to get inside each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
In Venezuela, I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. It's a diplomatic move after the recent U.S. capture of leader Nicolas Maduro.
For the first time since the fall of Maduro, a group of U.S. diplomats and security personnel were in Caracas today. They are maintaining security and really establishing an initial U.S. presence. This is part of a buildup to a return of the U.S. Embassy.
Fox's Steve Harrigan near the Venezuelan border in Colombia. President Trump posting earlier today that Venezuela releasing large numbers of political prisoners was a sign of seeking peace, also saying he plans to meet soon with opposition leader Maria Machado. He's meeting today with oil executives. Prosecutors in Minnesota are asking for public help, appealing for any videos or other evidence to help them build a potential case over Wednesday's deadly shooting by an ICE agent.
Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty and Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison careful not to criticize the FBI that's taken all evidence and the lead on the ICE shooting death of Renee Good, saying the public deserves transparency.
To ensure a thorough investigation, seek justice, and to be fair to all involved.
Other local and state Democrats have cast doubt on the Department of Homeland Security's contention that the ICE officer defended himself from an activist who used her car as a deadly weapon. DHS says the state has no jurisdiction, which caused the State Bureau of Criminal Apprehension to drop out of the case.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. There have also been protests in Portland, Oregon, where 2 gang suspects were shot and wounded yesterday in a confrontation with Border Patrol agents that federal officials also say was self-defense. 5 Democrat-led states are now suing the Trump administration over child care funding.
We'll be in court seeking an order to immediately pause this funding freeze.
New York Attorney General Letitia James says the freeze is illegal. The administration paused funding as fraud claims are investigated. America is listening to Fox News.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done.
Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Our temperature's ready to get back to kind of a typical winter feel with a changeable sky this afternoon, a windy 56. Tonight, clouds, a shower after midnight, 38. Saturday, partly sunny, couple of sprinkles, couple of snow flurries with a breezy 44, 25. Saturday night and Sunday, sunny and cold, 36. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
The Annie Fry Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Air Comfort Service is celebrating 56 years of residential and commercial service, maintenance and installation, and heating and cooling systems. Get in your comfort zone. AirComfortService.com.
Annie Fry, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Rain.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride. What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
Welcome back. Happy Friday. A nice Friday in January. I just panicked for a second. This sheet says January 19th, and I was like, whoa.
You were thinking it was too late.
I was just thinking, well, 5 days until Jared's birthday and Jimmy Fallon, who's coming.
Yep.
I invited Jimmy Fallon to St. Louis for Jared's birthday.
That's great.
And said, would you perform?
Did you know that we get to give away tickets to Jimmy Fallon all next week?
Tell me about it.
So every day, Monday through Friday, we have a pair of tickets to Jimmy Fallon on January 24th at the Factory. So be listening. We're making it pretty big. We're doing, at least on my end, we're making sounders. We're doing lots of fun stuff for you to pay attention to that we'll just drop in the middle of the show once per day. And when you hear it, be the ninth caller.
I'll be there with my husband, so I would love to see you there. I don't know how much it's possible that we'll be involved in some capacity, but I said the same thing with Kilmeade. I told him, I was like, I don't have to do anything. Like, don't rework what you're doing here so that Annie can be included. If there's something I need to do, happy to be a team player. Put me in, coach. And then I showed up and he handed me a nun costume.
That's
I was
right.
like, that was a big ask.
And by the way, Jimmy Fallon, if you listen to his show on 97.1 every night, he is exactly like that. He is incredibly fast, first of all, but a super nice guy.
Yeah, he is. So it'll be fun. And I think that it's at the Factory, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is, if you've never been to the Factory.
I haven't been.
Really?
I've never been to the Factory.
Why not? What are you doing with your
Any
life?
random event that we've had there, I've not been able to go. Amongst the many, many other events they have there.
The room is so cool. I mean, it feels so big and so not small, but like, I guess the word is intimate at the same time. We've done quite a few events in the time that I've been with 97.1. We've done quite a few events at the Wildey in Edwardsville. This to me is like, the Wildey is such a great venue as well. Very fun to go to. Love being there. The Factory is like, if you were building the Wildey today, how would you modernize it? How would you make it so that you could multi-purpose it in an incredible way? And then it's a bit bigger. So I hope people go.
I'm going to be there. I'm going with my mom. I can't wait. She can't wait.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Greenland, you said, did you have some texts?
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of texts, especially
let's start with the Greenland one, and then we'll descend into the marshmallow fluff uses. Okay,
first of all, most of them are saying yes. This person says yes, but only if Greenland wants to be a U.S. territory. So the question being, should the United States acquire Greenland? And this one says yes, only if they want to be. Yes, no force is another one, same thing. And then another person right after that said yes, but without military force. I imagine most territory acquisitions and transfers have challenges, and one party is more willing than the other. But once we take it, we should call it the America Circle, not the Arctic Circle.
Circle of America.
Yeah. So, yeah, those are the first couple. I haven't gone. There's more coming in right now. This one kind of mixes both. Fantastic fudge made with chocolate chips and marshmallow fluff.
So you're making something.
Still making something. But that same commenter says in that same text, Greenland could be a Milky Way. I'm not sure if I connect the dots. They're connecting the dots. And then 2 people in a row about marshmallow fluff said this. First,
So we got one comment about Greenland.
No, those are all.
We got one comment about Greenland and marshmallow fluff, and then some marshmallow fluff.
And now it's marshmallow fluff.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
So mix marshmallow fluff and cream cheese together, equal parts, and dip fruit in it.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Afterwards, different person says marshmallow fluff, cream cheese, small spoonful of lemon juice, mix it up. It's a great fruit dip. So same comment.
Yeah, I think I've probably eaten that before. I love, you go to a trivia night and people bring the fruit tray with the dip.
Yep.
White dip. I guess that's got marshmallow fluff in it.
Probably. Another person endorsing a few seconds ago. Dip a half pretzel in marshmallow fluff and the other in Nutella. That sounds good.
Like a hard pretzel?
Yeah. Not like an Auntie Anne's pretzel, I don't think.
Would probably be good too.
That would be good too.
Trying to think the way I want to take this here. I got to do this story. This is not related to what we're talking about right now, but I just find it incredibly interesting. Do you know who Kara Swisher is?
No.
She's like a lib. She's somebody who you would expect to be very pro Kamala. And she was interviewing. She has some podcast, I believe it is, Kara Swisher. And she's a journalist, and I guess she has a podcast or something like that. She co-founded Vox's Media's Recode with Walt Mossberg. I don't know if that...
Oh, Walt Mossberg.
Okay, you had me for a second there. She was interviewing Kamala Harris. And, Kamala's book tour, that came out there, and it got some publicity. It was almost like it became too big of a train wreck for even the left side of the aisle to really cover. It doesn't seem like her book tour kind of, 107 days or something like that, faded. The interview after interview after interview kind of ended up looking the same, and it never really was incredibly flattering. Well, there's a story from her book tour here from Kara Swisher.
I just had an experience with Kamala Harris where we were joking about something backstage about Robert Kennedy Jr. It was specifically around circumcision and autism, the link. He was making a link, which is not there. And then when I got on stage and mentioned it, she looked at me dead and said,
People will die because of what they're doing. I can't laugh about that. I'm sorry.
and she had just laughed about it. And then she went into this sort of high-handed kind of thing where she was like yelling at me.
Kara, it's personal for me.
I was like, I'm going to kill you. I literally can't believe you just did that.
I sometimes get the sense that she doesn't realize her political career is over.
I was like,
whoa.
Where's the person backstage who just had a very insightful comment about this?
So this is on her podcast or whatever, but talking to a friend, like this interview is supposed to be an easy interview. They're backstage. I guess RFK Jr. made a comment about circumcision and autism and some sort of connection there. They're joking about it backstage. They're laughing about it backstage. Kara Swisher and Kamala Harris go to sit down to talk, book tour, do the interview. People are there. People are paying attention. Kara Swisher takes the backstage discussion and brings it on stage to tee up a conversation with Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris finger wags Kara Swisher for even suggesting that it would be funny.
Wow. Wow.
And they're telling stories. They're telling on each other at this point.
That's just a great story.
It has to be shared. People have to know that even on that, like, this doesn't surprise me. That actually is very much so a confirmation to me about what kind of person Kamala Harris is, because all it is a production. Just like somebody goes and, sees people backstage and shakes hands and then goes on stage and now they're like Glenda the Good Witch on a Broadway stage. That's what Kamala Harris is doing. I don't know if she's really good at it or really bad at it. It's hard for me to tell because I'm not 100% sure what she's trying to accomplish.
I don't either. She is really hard to figure out because you don't know. She's gotten very far doing exactly what she did. But then immediately when she got to any sort of scrutiny, it fell apart fast. So you could say she's really good at it or she's really
it's hard to say, like, does Kamala Harris really think she's going to take a second run at this? Because I can't figure out how she thought she could take a first run at it.
Exactly.
So what has changed now that would make her go, oh, I really understand it this time?
Nothing's changed. I think that she thinks that she got the raw end of the deal because she didn't have a full campaign. That's why my book's only called 107 Days, because I just didn't have the time to get my message out and get the American people to see who I really am outside the shadow of old Joe Biden. I think that's what she thinks, and that's why she's probably going to keep trying.
Doesn't that make her... I mean, isn't she so... That's so repulsive to see her behaving so two-faced. To me, I'm like, man, Kamala, that's a risk.
Well,
if the right, little Annie Fry in the middle of the country somewhere, wherever Missouri is, if she is like, oh, Kamala Harris is such a hypocrite, she acts one way and then everyone's like, of course you think that. If Kara Swisher comes out there and says that about Kamala Harris, it's like, she's so two-faced. She said I wanted to kill her. She's the person who was amplified. She was the vice president. I think people forget, yes, she ran for president, but she was the vice president for 4 years, and a terrible one at that. I don't understand where the left is going with 2028. Yes, Mamdani gets elected in New York City, and he is a communist sympathizer, proud socialist. I'm not 100% sure, like, okay, we can look crazy straight in the eyes and see it and call it out for what it is, but if you can get elected in New York City, I'm raising my eyebrow a little bit to how far can these tentacles reach? And, again, everything back to Minnesota. In Minnesota, they've been able to create a system that insulates itself from scrutiny, from oversight of any kind. And how much do different states, how much does the federal government have an insulated system that protects the Tim Walzes of the world, the Ilhan Omars of the world? Like, how deep is that system? I don't know. I have suspicions. And, I think conspiratorially, when you're leaning into these things, you always think, oh, it's going to be way deeper than it's ever going to be uncovered. But as the Minnesota fraud story has come out, every day there's a new story that pops up. They're like, and another one, over and over and over again. Which is why I think all roads to the future of restoring a democratic republic where we actually have the will of the people reflected in the representation in our government, state, local, probably, certainly, and federal, goes through exposing every inch of the fraud in Minnesota. It'll be satisfying to watch it happen, too. I mean, it's not the sinful nature in me is like, I kind of want to see the whole system proverbially burn to the ground. I want crash and burn, and I want everybody who knew about it or who participated in it to be exposed.
And the details that are coming out, I'll tell you what, Congress itself, the House of Representatives, is doing a good job investigating the Minnesota fraud. They might not have been the tip of the spear, but they're doing it now, and they're having hearings that there are whistleblowers coming out and saying things like, yes, Tim Walz did know, and they made a whole commission to hide it.
Yeah.
Here's the commission. It's called. They changed the word fraud to what was it?
Flim flam.
No, it wasn't flim flam.
Skullduggery.
They changed it. They said, no, we won't refer to it as fraud anymore, indicating that they fully knew that it was fraud, and we'll call it overbilling. And so they can detail this stuff from the top down.
Everybody trying to pay your taxes right now, you're just going to say you underpaid.
I just underbilled me.
Yeah.
But so they knew it was happening.
Do you guys have a favorite fraud story yet out of Minnesota?
Well, I mean, the
Is there one
Quality Luring Center is probably up there.
Leering. Get an education, Ryan.
Sorry.
It says leering.
I think you can say luring.
I've seen some bumper stickers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, no, I don't have a favorite.
I have a mug maker. So I was thinking about doing a Quality Leering Center for those who read good or something mug, but I don't know how to use it yet. And I think that this might be my attempt. Would you drink out of that mug?
Oh, yeah, I'd drink out of it even if it didn't say anything on it.
Just take a big sip out of it every time some sort of fraud comes up.
That's a good idea.
Do you guys have the Quality Leering Center? That's yours?
I mean, it's the funniest one. It's the only silver lining that you can find to be like, well, at least that was a little funny, because the rest of this is very depressing.
I like the idea of having Mr. Leering show up and your edition of
me
him.
too.
As long as he's got a monocle, he'll pass. He'll be good. He'll be like, oh, well, that makes the total sense. Why didn't you just tell us?
Look at that man. He's wearing a top hat and twisting his mustache. Clearly, he owns a bunch of daycares.
You know what my poll question was going to be for today, for a minute? Do we like mustaches? The mustaches are so in right now.
My answer to that question is no.
You guys both have mustaches, but you don't have mustaches.
They're connected to full beards.
You have full facial hair. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is out there. A little Frank Forrest action. I'm like, and I love Frank Forrest, but he looks like he's 8 with a mustache, and I just am still trying to reconcile it.
I know so little about him. Is his name Frank Forrest Frank?
Forrest Frank.
Okay.
No,
Just making sure.
I'm talking about Frank Forrest.
Oh,
mustache.
Frank Forrest.
Forrest Frank. You know so little about him. A little bit more than me, apparently. All right, let's take a quick break. Ethan, sports and local, next on the Annie Fry Show.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code NEXT for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code NEXT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code NEXT.
Gain peace of mind that your flooring and carpet installation will be done right the first time when you hire the experts at Michael's Flooring Outlet. They give all their clients attentive personal service, even bring toys for the kids of the household. It's a family-owned and operated business for 25 plus years. They make sure you make the right choice for your home. So if you have carpets or hard floors, you're going to be happy for years to come. 3 convenient locations in St. Charles County, 116 Main Street, in Old Town St. Peters at Mid-Rivers and Highway 70, in West County on Olive, and the store in Darden Prairie. Michael's Flooring Outlet, IGotFloor.com. Hey, it's Mark Reardon. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how linking to the market is much safer than owning the market for your retirement savings. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go to retirementkey.com.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com. or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
The Annie Fry Show is St. Louis conservative.
Hold up! Check it out.
Sports and local.
Gandalf's Gloob Butter.
What? I don't know, it just sounded gross.
Did you write that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that came out of his head.
Yeah. You know what? That took me a good 48 hours. I pined and pined. Finally was like, that's it. I've got it. And I emerged from my room.
And here we are.
Shaking a paper. I've got it. Gandalf's Gloob Butter.
You have issues. Serious issues.
And now so do we.
Yeah. Officials are warning of several monkeys on the loose in North St. Louis City.
Oh, this is going to be crazy.
The St. Louis City Health Department
What kind of monkeys?
recently said that they have received reports of 4 monkeys on the loose
I need
near
to know size.
Redbud Avenue. They currently have animal control officers patrolling the area to watch the monkeys and plan to trap them.
Are they big? Like, if I saw it, would I want to, like, snuggle it or would I want to run?
No monkeys have been captured and are presumed to be large, the department said.
Oh, no.
Large for a monkey?
I like how they say presumed to be. They're like, you're just going to, for safekeeping.
They asked the zoo, how big were these? And they were like, pretty big. Large.
It is stressed that you should not approach the animals as they can be aggressive and act unpredictably.
Who's reporting this?
This is from First Alert 4.
Okay.
Do not approach the monkeys because they can be a little wily.
Health Department
Apparently
also
largely.
said that these are considered exotic animals, which are prohibited in St. Louis City. So no breeders are known to be in the
when
area.
you're out and about
I bet
and
they
you
breed
come
anyway.
into contact with the monkey, it's important to always understand that is an exotic situation. You just don't need to really be forewarned, like, oh, these are your everyday. This is an
Yeah.
everyday encounter.
It just goes to show that just because you ban breeding monkeys doesn't mean that the bad people still are not going to find a way to breed
I
the
think
monkeys.
the monkeys themselves will find a way to breed. I also think that if you were
I don't think that they were breeding before, like with actual literal help. I think they've always found their own way.
I think when they're in captivity,
Look at Jeff Goldblum in here.
yeah, you got to play a little music, get the monkeys ready. But out in captivity, they're all full of adrenaline, just ready to roll, ready to romp. But imagine if you were visiting St. Louis from outside of St. Louis and you came across several monkeys, would you think this must just be their way?
Maybe they're just kind of around like geese and squirrels.
Fortunately,
Exactly.
Channel
Monkeys.
4 is
Frolicking in the
like
park.
Deer,
And then you look it up and you find
drive
the story.
through SIU Edwardsville, and there are geese everywhere. You're like, this is a lot of geese, but people just know that.
Oh,
there.
God. Why are they breeding right there?
It's because they're out in the wild.
Not in the street. That's what St. Louis has come to. A Missouri lawmaker recently introduced a resolution to strip the Kansas City Chiefs of their honorary designation as the state's football team following the team's announcement to move to Kansas.
Ha, take that.
Joke's on you guys. You're not our football team anymore. Missouri State Senator Nick Schroer presented the resolution to the Senate on Thursday, proposing to make the St. Louis Battlehawks Missouri's official football team. Anyone? Anyone on board with this? Brad, thoughts?
Yes, let's do it.
Brad's on board. Annie,
Sure. What's
Saving-
the alternative?
not having one, I guess. Ryan.
Do we need an official football team? What does it do?
What does this do
Let
to
me
the
ask you
taxes?
this. Is it worse to have the official football team be the Battlehawks than it is to just have no football team? What's worse? Like saying we take pride in our state's football team.
I
being
think
the
it would
St.
be
Louis
worse to
Battlehawks.
have it as the Battlehawks because I hope that league survives. Because if it doesn't, then that's your official team, and then the league
And then
folds.
they're going to be able to joke and say, your football team died off.
Exactly.
That would not be good.
Maybe not a good idea.
Pretty embarrassing if you ask me.
Pretty bad to have your football team leave you for another state, too, though.
Well, when they're getting as much money as Kansas is getting the
That
Chiefs,
is
I
wild.
cannot blame the Hunt
No,
family
not at
for
me.
that one. ILL.
Another butt kicking.
81-55 last night against Rutgers. Who? Rutgers.
I kind of wish it. Well, I don't know. We were watching that game instead of the football game, and then it was like, I don't think we need to watch this game anymore. And so then we went over to watch Ole Miss. My cousin's son.
You
goes
made
to
the
Ole
right
Miss.
choice.
Oh man, that was such a good game. I wanted Ole Miss to win, but
I did
whatever.
too.
Yeah.
Would have been a good story to really shove it in Lane Kiffin's face. But they didn't. The Illini went on a 20-0 run in the final 7.5 minutes of the first half.
Was
And
the
that pretty
country
much
was the country
tells you how this one went.
rooting for Ole Miss because of Lane Kiffin? Like, did they have the? Are there people? I know Wheeler's down there, pretty happy today. I'm sure because he's a big Miami guy. But I mean,
But honestly, both are good stories. Like, Miami hasn't been good for a really long time, so I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh, it's nice to see Miami having success again. Mario Cristobal, their head coach, good story. You know, he at one point was Miami's head coach. He left and then became the head coach at Oregon, and eventually later got offered the Miami job again, and he came back because he hated how much the program was struggling. So it's cool to see them having success, but it would have been sports lore if Ole Miss would have been able to win a national championship after their head coach left right before the playoff. That would have been awesome. The fact that they even beat Georgia was amazing because I don't know how many people were expecting that. I certainly wasn't. But quite the run and came
Great
up
football game.
one play short of
Yeah.
going to the national championship.
there's major
Pretty
holding
cool.
on that one.
What do you,
The play right before
you could
they-
certainly argue. You could certainly argue that there was. 3 St. Louis-raised NHL stars have made the U.S. Olympic hockey team. Of
That's
course, I think we all can probably assume two of them are the Tkachuk brothers. Matthew and Brady will be playing for Team USA. If you remember back to last year's Four Nations face-off, they were basically the heartbeat of those teams. I mean, starting fights immediately off of the face-offs and being two of the better players on the team as well. The other one being Clayton Keller, who was the captain of the Utah Mammoth, which were the Arizona Coyotes until just a couple of years ago. So these three guys will be representing the U.S. Olympic hockey team next month, showing off for St. Louis, which I think is pretty cool.
Very cool. Do you guys like watching non-NHL hockey?
Oh, yeah, I like especially the Olympics, the Four Nations face-offs. International hockey's a lot of fun.
When the NHL stopped allowing players to compete in the Olympics, Olympic hockey sucked. It was terrible, and no one cared to watch it. Having the Four Nations face-off last year as a tease almost to the Olympics, the energy, the excitement for that, the attention around it was phenomenal. So I think it got a lot of people excited again about international hockey because I think people were also reminded how much pride these players have for playing representing their countries, which is, makes total sense. So I think the Olympics are going to be a lot of fun to keep up with.
Ethan, do you remember the Miracle on Ice?
No, I don't. How old do you even remember the Miracle on Ice?
He's old enough.
No,
the rest of us aren't.
It was before I was born.
I was about to say my parents were in their teens, and then I was like, "Wait a second, Ryan, you were probably barely even alive."
I was not born
February
yet.
22nd, 1980. I was going to say I don't remember that. I know there was a movie. It was called Miracle.
Yep,
great movie.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I don't think.
Ooh, yeah, you need to put that one on your list.
I just can't do the hockey thing.
You can't watch hockey movies?
I just can't do the Spaceballs thing. I don't know what it is.
How would you know?
How would you know?
Hockey movies?
Yeah.
Because I've tried to watch them and I don't stay awake for them.
You do the same thing with space?
I don't stay awake for space comedies.
All right. Let's take a quick break here. When we come back, we're going to do next question. So if you want to ask us anything questions, go ship them in the text line, 314-241-9797. That's 314-241-9797. You can ask us anything in the next segment, and we'll wrap up the hour with that. At 2 o'clock, we've got Matt Hayes and some extra special guests, including Mark Cox, coming in from Home Shield Foundation Repair to play X's and O's, our first installment in 2026 of X's and O's. We'll find out if Ryan still knows how to put this together and if we still know how to answer his trivia questions with Matt Hayes and Home Shield Foundation Repair at 2 o'clock. Ask us anything when we come back with your texts at 314-241-9797. Don't go away. Stewart's American Mortgage. Stewie is the bagel loan guy. He's the one who can help you get a mortgage that is going to work hard for you. That economic plus up that you get when your mortgage is as good as it possibly can be, and that new mortgage or the mortgage refinance that you're getting comes with $0 in closing costs. Thousands of dollars that can stay in your pocket. And I got a text message from Stewie yesterday talking about what Trump is doing right now to try to help rates come down, to make housing more affordable. So I think we're going to have Stewie in next week, hopefully, to talk about how this might work for you. Now, if you know that you're going to have a new mortgage in your near future, if you know that you want to refinance your home, tap into some of the equity that you have in your house and invest it back into, I don't know, fixing a basement up or maybe a bathroom that needs to be renovated, reach out to him at 314-324-4440. That's 314-324-4440. You can talk to Stewie about how he can help you. Google the Bagel Loan, NMLS number 226715.
This is attorney Todd Nissenholtz of Kaufman Townsley. When you're injured in a car accident, insurance adjusters are not on your side. They're always adjusting their settlement offers, lower and lower. We'll get your settlement higher and higher. Call 314-777-7777.
Did you know replacing old vinyl windows with more vinyl windows might not be the best choice? Hi, it's Kim, and I'm here to tell you about Infinity from Marvin Windows, because these fiberglass windows, they're energy efficient, they're beautiful, and they're custom built to fit your home perfectly. The team at Lakeside Renovation and Design just makes the process so easy. I love the fact that they even offer a lifetime workmanship warranty. Look, if you're tired of drafts, high energy bills, or maybe hard to open windows, now is the time to upgrade. Visit windowsbylakeside.com to schedule your free consultation today.
According to MasterCard, nearly half of small businesses have been a victim of a cyber attack. As cybercrime escalates, ThrottleNet is calling on businesses to strengthen their security posture by taking a free online IT security audit right from your desk. This 3-minute online assessment provides an immediate score to see security gaps and vulnerabilities in your network. For 26 years, ThrottleNet has supported your business.
Think. Let us know what you think in the YouTube live chat poll, and we will tell you the results at the end of the show. 1:33. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
JerryKelly.com. From the gateway to the airwaves. 97.1 FM Talk. St. Louis Conservative.
Next question. It's a legitimate question.
Next question, please.
Next question on the Annie Fry Show.
All right, this is where we ask each other questions here within the studio, basically an Ask Me Anything, but also we love to have your questions that we can answer as well. 314-241-9797 if you want to jump in and ask us a question. That text line goes to Ryan, and he will feature some of your questions up here on the air. First question that I have for you guys, is Ethan coming back? Is he staying out here?
I don't know.
All right, I'm going to hold this one to see if he comes back. Do you have a question from the... Do you have a question?
I can get a question here. Do you ever think that drone delivery will be a thing? Like
it is a thing.
Will be, but it will be common because right now it's a novelty. Do you think that's the future of delivery?
Yeah. I don't know why it wouldn't be. If it's already implemented the way it is right now. Does Amazon use it in like...
Well, they're toying with it.
They're starting to... Yeah.
But like in in cities, like population-dense places. Do they use it?
I don't... See, that's the thing is I keep hearing about how they're going to,
I think
but
they're
I've
like
never
in Los
seen it.
Angeles, and they're using it to drop packages from like flying drones.
But are they bringing them right to your porch and just putting the package on your porch? Or is it like a wide net thing where, yes, they can be delivered, but they're not being delivered to each person individually? Because I keep, for years now, they keep teasing that this is coming, and I'm starting to believe that this is not happening. I just wondered if you guys had any opinion on it.
Brad, next question.
Okay. I was going to say I absolutely think it's going to happen. My next question is what would be the highlight of your 2025?
What's yours?
Mine was, as strange as it sounds, I got to go and do photography at that NASCAR race, and for me, the big, huge fan, I got access to NASCAR at a level I never thought I would see in my life. I mean, like literally feet and inches away from cars, watching pit stops from a foot away, that sort of thing. That was a really cool experience for me. So that, I would say, that was the highlight of my 2025.
Ryan, you got one?
I do. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything else because the worst thing that could happen is I say this and then my wife goes, "What about blank?" And it was obvious that was the bigger thing. But when I think back to 2025, my daughter and I went on a daddy-daughter vacation. She's 11 years old. It was one of the best times I've ever had with her, and she refers to it the same, that she cannot wait for another daddy-daughter vacation. And it was one of those moments that honestly, I knew in the middle of it, this is one of the most special times I will ever have with her.
Core memory.
I hope that it's not just, that was it, because it was so good. And we just had such a good time. We went to Orlando and mostly in Disney and just kind of stayed in the bubble and treated her like she was
in charge.
Kind of, I mean, not a princess, but, figured out what she really liked and did some shows and stuff that I wouldn't do. And it was like blessed.
Yeah.
It was just a great time.
That's awesome. Ethan, you have?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the opportunity to make my television debuts filling in on the fight with Randy Carricker and company on Matrix Midwest, which is Channel 4's sports channel. Really enjoyed that opportunity.
Yeah, Ethan is famous now.
Getting, I don't know about that. Getting to explore and just kind of, expand what I'm able to do in this field. And then I also really enjoyed going to Seattle for vacation with my wife's family for a wedding this past summer. I did not expect to enjoy Seattle as much as I did. It is a beautiful city.
Yeah. Mine is super easy and simple. And it's like when you get to go somewhere that you don't, like you've only dreamed of going somewhere like this and you kind of think you know what it's going to look like and what it's going to feel like and everything. When you finally get there and it's even cooler than you expected it to be, Hawaii was so beautiful. It was so fun. It was so amazing to be able to go to Hawaii. I think we were there for 9 nights total, which was awesome because you got into the vacation and you weren't, as soon as you get close enough, what are you laughing at? What are you doing?
He just put something on my keyboard for no reason, just to be a jerk.
Okay. Yeah, sure, you're up to something over there. It was a long enough vacation, and we, that was something we planned for and saved up for 3 years. So that was a really long time coming, and to watch it all come together, and now I just, if I can just sit and daydream about being back there at that place with my family. And I put this on, I think it was over Christmas break, I put it on the Facebook page. But I'm like, once you go to Hawaii, do you just spend the rest of your life thinking about when am I gonna do that again? When am I gonna be there again? And with Ethan with a very emphatic head nod. And several other people commented on there yes, that's what happens with Hawaii. Other people commented about their place or whatever.
I was one of those people that commented.
Yes, and so now I'm like, my husband and I will be 2027 will be our 20th anniversary. So we're thinking about going back, and then he wants to go just us, but I'm like, it's such a what if we took everybody and just
did do
plan,
just us?
I don't know. And he and I always end up going, the kids are only small for this much time. Every summer that we pass up and we don't have the opportunity to lock in a moment, just like what you're talking about, where it's like you try to make time stand still for a little bit. So I'm like, let's take 3 weekends in the course of a year where we go somewhere that's could be literally anywhere without the kids and costs way less. And we'll have more time together alone, because I think dating and all of that is still important. But put me back in Hawaii now. Oh man, highlight not of just 2025, but kind of like you're saying, lifetime top 5.
Now I got to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
You do.
I've never been.
I'm telling you what,
It's
if you buy into
amazing.
DVC, you can go to the Alani one with those points.
Okay, I'll
That's
do
what
it.
we did.
That feeling though that you got when you went, because you always heard it had been great, and then you showed up and you were like, "Oh my gosh, it's even
scary
better than
that it's going to
usual."
not be what you think what you hope for. That it's going to be a letdown because you've overbuilt it.
That's the feeling that I got the first time I ever went to Pontoon Beach, Illinois.
That's what everybody says.
Uncle Lenny's.
Yeah.
My Ask Me Anything. All right, everybody, put your hands out in front of you. You too, listening right now, unless you're driving. Fold your hands like you're praying. Fold your hands like you're praying. You don't pray like you're 2 on your knees in a picture.
Do you fold it?
Which thumb is... No, do it.
I'm trying to. My mic's moving.
Which thumb is on top?
Right on top of left.
Ethan?
Left on top of right.
Brad?
Right over left.
Mine's right over left, too. Now try to do it the other way.
Yeah, it feels weird.
You feel like you're naked.
You gotta switch all your hands. You
Isn't
gotta
it
switch
so
all your
weird?
fingers.
I'm like, I think there's one other person in my family of 6 that does it right over left.
Oh, I was thinking maybe it was just a lefty thing. 'cause
I
I was
think
the
so.
only one.
It's
Oh,
not
you
a
are? Okay.
it's not a dominant hand thing.
I don't know. I don't have a rhyme or reason to it.
So if you're right-handed, I would think your right hand would always be on top.
That's not the way. I mean, there was no. We decided the smart people do right thumb over left. Sorry.
The rest of your family does left over right?
I think maybe
What-
Charlie did it the same way.
What
I
does
did.
that mean about your family, Annie?
That means my family wants.
Slander.
Everybody in my family wants to win. That's the way everything goes. I'm curious, folks, if you're listening right now, right over left, left over right. I thought about doing a poll question, but the amount of explaining I'd have to do every time
Yeah, it's a
I
long
said
poll
it.
question.
But isn't it strange? And you would never put your hands together and fold them the other way.
No.
How many car wrecks did you just cause?
None, I hope.
I hope so too.
Next question, Ethan. Do you have one? I pulled. you in
Yeah,
here.
I
You
saw
okay.
one. I saw one that someone commented regarding New Year's resolutions. Did you guys have any? How has week 1.5 been? If you did have any goals or anything you'd like to accomplish or change for the new year? Anyone?
Did people even talk about that this year?
No.
It's like I never heard a
Feels like-
single person say anything about a New Year's
Feels
resolution.
like this was the first year.
Does anyone
like
in
that.
here have a resolution?
No.
I said that I'd like to get back into
shape.
Yeah, consistent exercise, eating better. I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty basic though.
You kind of almost have to have I'll give it a good shot here in January, just so that you don't get too far out of. And I'm sorry to say this, Ethan. You're 25.
Mm-hmm.
20s is a crash into reality. The way a young man's metabolism works in their teens and probably into their 20s, and then when you become an adult and your life is now dictated by a schedule that is a responsible one, you do have to kind of adjust each year more than like once you get into your 40s. You have to take care of yourself. You have to eat well. You can't, you can eat a whole bunch of junk, but you just feel so miserable about it the way the way you couldn't when you were younger. But I didn't have any resolutions. So what is your plan? Do you have a plan?
The biggest thing that I'm changing is I feel like in the past I've been very hot cold with exercise. When I'm all in, I'm all in. When I'm all out, I feel like I'm all out. So this year I'm trying to have a little bit more of a what is something that I can stick with consistently. So like my intensity isn't nearly I'm not 5 days a week, 2 hours in the gym, because I'm like I just cannot keep up with that with how busy I am even now. So I'm trying to, aim for a little more realistic 3 to 4 days, aim for an hour-ish if I can. And eat good at the same time.
We should have made resolutions for each other.
I'm coming up with one right now. By October, I want to learn to crab walk up a wall. Because it's scary in October. Now, a couple of our commenters
scary in October.
are saying
It would be scary in January.
only if it was the middle of the night and it was your house and the person didn't live there.
Mine for you would be to grow hair.
How about this one? Mine is to just generally be less cruel. Other people should be less cruel to me. Scooter says, my resolution was to stretch before I go for a walk.
Scooter stretching is such a good resolution. I'm doing that right now. I'm going to stretch
So
right
he was
now.
already walking, but now he's going to start stretching
Aren't we
before
all
walking.
walking?
Tommy says, this is my year to seriously make an attempt at stopping smoking.
Go, Tommy.
I moved to a vape, which probably isn't much better, but it's not a cigarette. Still haven't had one this year. That's movement in the right direction.
Tommy.
All right, we'll take a few more questions when we come back on the text line, if you so choose, 314-241-9797. You can also leave a comment in the Annie Fry YouTube live broadcast. Come vote and tell us, should the United States acquire Greenland? Yes, by any means. Yes, but not by force. Or no. Let us know what you think. We'll be right back.
Next thing you know, we take the fall.
2026 is an election year, and 97.1 FM Talk will be your home for every twist and turn in the 2026 midterms. 97.1 FM Talk. Keep it here for radio coverage that's 25 years strong.
Many of you know that my inspiration for becoming an accident attorney was my brother Tim, who was rendered a quadriplegic at age 18. I didn't know what a personal injury lawyer was or what they did, but I soon did. Tim was treated terribly by the insurance company, and I became enraged. It was a constant delay and deny. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Tim later worked with me for 27 years. Last year, my hero died at age 65. You can see my eulogy for him by visiting mybrothertim.com. He was one hell of a man. Because of Tim, together we built the largest injury firm in the world, and our clients are treated the way I would want my family to be treated. At Morgan & Morgan, nobody is a nobody and everybody is a somebody. If you need our help, visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer. See you soon, Tim. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's time for you to get to know my friends at Lit Cigar Lounge in Chesterfield, where luxury meets comfort. Mark Cox here. They have a great selection of rare bourbons, whiskeys, craft cocktails, anything you like to drink, cold beer, premium hand-rolled cigars from the finest makers in the world, even private lockers that are available if you choose to. Perfect for date nights or business meetings, and live music every Friday night. Family owned and operated. Check them out in Chesterfield at the District. It's litstl.com.
St. Louis, laugh it up with Jimmy Fallon live at the Factory on January 24th. From national radio to sold-out comedy clubs, Jimmy delivers fast, fearless stand-up that hits home.
The only ones raising tough kids anymore. The redneck babies are going to take on ISIS. The hipster babies are going to battle the evil forces of gluten. You know what I'm saying?
Grab your friends and get ready for a night of laughs. One show, one night only. Don't miss Jimmy Fallon January 24th at the Factory. Get your tickets now at thefactorystl.com. That's thefactorystl.com.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. The number one question we're asking our listeners today, but we're doing a little more. Ask us anything right now. Should the United States acquire Greenland? Yes, by any means. Yes, but not by force, or no. Ryan, your response?
I'm a yes, but not by force. Although I am fine with the way that they're treating it by pretending like they will.
Ethan?
I am probably. I think I'm a yes, but the extra force is not necessary. Taken over by force.
Brad?
I'm a yes, but not by force. I think that there's a lot of value to having strategic value in having Greenland under U.S. control.
I'm a yes by any means necessary. Just kidding. Not by force.
You're a no.
No. Obviously, I don't think that we need to be taking any countries over by force. And I think that if it's accessible and a deal that we can make, fortunately, we have the best deal maker in the business getting that job done. Next question.
Have you ever been to Las Vegas?
Yes.
Have you?
Overnight layover in the airport.
So you never went to it?
I've never traveled.
You've never done anything in Las Vegas?
I went to, in 2004, it was May of 2004, my friend went to Concordia Irvine, which is in Southern California, Lutheran University in Southern California. She was finishing her year there and driving back to Collinsville. So she was going to drive across the country because she had to bring all of her stuff home from college. So they flew me out there so that I could drive across the country back with her. And 2 hours after I landed in LA, my grandpa passed away. And I had got the phone call that he had died. It was completely unexpected. I think he was 89, so, I mean, he had lived a long life, but he just passed away. So then I got the next flight out from LA, had a layover in Los Angeles. So I went St. Louis to Phoenix to Los Angeles to Las Vegas to St. Louis in less than 24 hours.
Jeez.
It was rough. I probably wouldn't have had to rush back as much as I thought. And I actually kind of wish, in hindsight, that I would have taken that drive back, but it would have been really hard to do.
I have been to Las Vegas. I've had several layovers there, but I've also
Tell us
had
everything that happened there.
Just about the layovers, though.
The layovers are actually, it's a good airport. I like the airport there. Las Vegas, I think, is probably the coolest city I've been to in the United States.
Really?
I thought that Las Vegas was awesome. Going in, you know, it obviously the nickname Sin City. You're like thinking, oh man, what are you gonna see here? It was not like extremely inappropriate like I thought it was going to be. There wasn't. I mean, there's showgirls here and there, but like it was not like every street corner like I thought it was going to be, where you're seeing half-naked girls everywhere. There wasn't, you know, they talk about like, oh, there's just cards. The showgirl cards are everywhere, like all over the streets. That was not the case. Of course, you can do gambling everywhere there, but there's also so much to do there that you could spend a whole week there and not do any gambling whatsoever and still have a really good time. And it's just so unique. I mean, every single resort casino has so much character and is just so different that it's just fun and enjoyable walking through the different resorts on the Strip and just seeing the different art and all the different things that make them so unique. I love Las Vegas.
Brad, have you been to Vegas?
I've never been to Vegas, but it is a city that I do want to visit. I just need a reason to go out there because I don't gamble.
Next question.
For me?
Sure.
Do you guys, this is so stupid, do you guys wet your toothbrush and then put toothpaste on it, or put toothpaste on it and then wet your toothbrush?
Both.
Ooh, I don't think I have
question.
a consistent way of doing it.
Do you brush your teeth?
I do every now and again.
Every few days?
I dabble.
When I'm filling up for it.
Look, I'll tell you the truth. If I ever look in the mirror and there is a giant piece of brownie on my front tooth, I'm brushing it right then.
That's nasty.
How often does that happen?
Not that often. I don't eat brownies a lot.
How do you tie your shoes? Do you do the loop, swoop, and pull? Do you do bunny ears? I think kids these days are tying their shoes in an entirely different way than we were taught.
I have no idea. I don't think about it.
Loop, swoop, and pull.
So
That's what I do.
do you... Here, I'm going to tie my shoe right. Obviously, you like cross and
Yeah,
you make the
you
base.
start with the cross.
Then you make a loop,
Okay.
and then you wrap it around,
Yeah.
and then you put it through there and you pull it through.
That's how I do.
I
I think that's how millennials and older do it. The kids make bunny ears, which I can't even really do. So you make two loops, and then you tie the two loops together.
Kids are
No,
losing.
now I got to
They're
watch and
wrong.
see what
I've
my
seen
kids do
that.
because I've never seen that before.
Who taught your kids how to tie their shoes?
I don't know. Might
I
have
learned
been
in
me.
preschool. Mrs.
was-
Newell.
Yeah, they're like, yeah. I'm Charlie could still be in Velcro shoes if it were up to me.
I
I don't have the time for this.
I specifically have the
you
memory
got
of
size,
sitting there.
men's
being
size
taught.
14 Velcro shoes. Can you ship those my way, please?
I know.
But the bunny ear thing, like I've tried to do it before because that's how at least my two younger girls do it, and I am like fumbling it, and I can only do it on one of my feet. It's like the other side, the dexterity isn't there. What? Are you okay?
Yeah.
You seem stressed out about this.
Well, something just happened. Ethan mentioned his preschool teacher's name. And this week at some point, I mean, I'm 44 years old. How often do you think about preschool? I thought back and went, do I remember my preschool teacher's name?
Yeah.
And I could not come up with it until I remembered that my mom, up until I was probably well into my teen years, used to tell this story to me and probably to other people, that I used to I don't remember this, step out of my preschool bathroom and yell out, "Mrs. Pemberton, can you wipe my butt?"
Mrs. Pemberton it is.
And I was like, there it is, it's Mrs. Pemberton. I had to go through all that to remember her name.
So you're sitting here thinking about that.
So you said that, and I went through this whole story from my week
Oh
that
my
has not
gosh.
been on the air until now.
What a note to end X's and O's, or not X's and O's. Next question on X's and O's is next. We've got Matt Hayes coming in studio here with us. I love talking to him and appreciate so much the great partnership that we have with Home Shield Foundation Repair and Mark Cox as well. Matt and Mark have worked together longer than I've been able to work with them, and so we're going to bring Mark Cox in here as well. He and I will be the experts for X's and O's, and we'll get Home Shield Foundation Repair in here. When we come back, play a little X's and O's with us. Basically, it's Hollywood Squares, but the X's and O's version. Come join us on the Annie Fry YouTube channel to vote in the live chat poll. Should the United States acquire Greenland? Let us know what you think about that. And you can also text us with your thoughts on that topic as well. 314-241-9797. X's and O's with Home Shield Foundation Repair. Next.
It's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight's the night. Let's live it up. I got my money.
The Retirement Key website, retirementkey.com, the retirement advisory group is there waiting for your phone call to set up a meeting so that you can find out if retirement is right around the corner for you. You've been hoping, you've been planning, and maybe, the stock market has been doing so well. Maybe your investments are doing really well. You need to revisit now that you're at that pivotal time. You're at the end of your 50s, you're in your early 60s. You thought you were going to retire at a certain time, and now you're thinking, wonder if I could go a year earlier or two. Or maybe your spouse was going to retire earlier than you were, and now you're thinking, what if we retired at the same time? I don't know what your story is, but I do know that you've worked hard to save for retirement. And I do know that you want to have complete confidence that when you make the move to end working and going into that dream retirement that you've always been saving for, sacrificing for, you want to make sure that it's going to work for you. 314-993-9494. Call them. Tell them Annie sent you. 314-993-9494. RetirementKey.com.
New tax resolution firms are popping up every day with high-paid celebrity endorsers, advertising ridiculous claims in their TV ads. That's why they have the tiny, unreadable disclaimers at the bottom of the screen. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. Our ads never have those ridiculous, fast-talking, tiny disclaimers at the end because, simply put, there are no guarantees when it comes to the IRS and wiping out tax bills. And we don't make promises we can't keep. Of course, there are ways the Lance Drury Law Firm can help resolve your tax debt, but no company can guarantee it will eliminate it. This is why their clients call the Lance Drury Law Firm when those promises don't pan out. If you have tax problems, you have legal problems, call me, Lance Drury in St. Louis, at 314-260-6120 or visit Lance, D-R-U-R-Y, law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
This is Corey from Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. There's never a good time for your heating system to stop working. If yours does, no matter what time or day, Air Comfort Service offers 24/7 emergency HVAC service. Contact our award-winning team for 5-star heating service and stay in your comfort zone. For heating and 24/7 emergency service, contact Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation at aircomfortservice.com. That's aircomfortservice.com.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
A new angle from the Minneapolis shooting. Lisa Brady, Fox News.
It's a video clip that's on a cell phone camera from the agent who ICE says was hit by a car by a woman who they say is an activist who was trained to stop ICE operations.
Fox's Alexis McAdams in Minneapolis. In the clip, the driver and her wife appear to be taunting the agent, and the wife is out of the car and filming the agent, who ultimately tells the driver to get out of the car before the agent appears to be hit seconds later.
Get out of the car. There were those ICE agents on the ground. You hear one of them saying to get out of the car, get the F out of the car. They try to put their hand on the car. She puts it in reverse a little bit, backs up, then shifts it into drive according to the feds, goes forward, and you can hear a crash. And that's what, including J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States, and DHS is saying, look, we told you this is what happened. This agent was hit and he was injured. He was hospitalized.
The driver, Renee Good, was shot and killed. The Vice President has called her a victim of left-wing ideology. The Minneapolis mayor earlier today again rejecting the self-defense narrative as garbage. The world's largest oil companies coming to the White House. That's how President Trump describes a meeting set to get underway with oil executives focusing on Venezuela and the country's long-term relationship with the U.S. after U.S. forces captured leader Nicolas Maduro to face drug charges. State Department spokesperson Tommy Pigott telling Fox,
there's really three phases here. First, the stability of Venezuela. Second, the recovery, and that's the entry of Western companies, for example, when it comes to the oil. And third is the transition. And there may be some overlapping in those phases. But that's ultimately what we're looking at here.
But he says the Trump administration is focused on national interests and that the future of Venezuela is up to its people. America is listening to Fox News.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
Our temperature's ready to get back to kind of a typical winter feel with a changeable sky this afternoon, a windy 56. Tonight, clouds, a shower after midnight, 38. Saturday, partly sunny, couple of sprinkles, couple of snow flurries with a breezy 44, 25. Saturday night and Sunday, sunny and cold, 36. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
The Annie Fry Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. If your furnace breaks down, call Air Comfort Service for a $99 service call. And don't forget, if your furnace breaks, even on a holiday, Air Comfort Service offers 24/7 emergency service. AirComfortService.com.
Annie Fry, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Ray.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride. What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
Welcome back. Happy Friday at 2 o'clock. What a fun time to almost be done and to have the 2 o'clock hour with guests in studio with us. Home Shield Foundation Repair. These folks, when I've met Matt and Blair, we had breakfast and sat down and talked to each other. We have so many similarities in our lives. So thank you guys for the partnership here with us on our show. It's an extension of your partnership with Mark Cox, who we'll get to that guy in the corner.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Annie.
He's doing business over there on his phone. But Matt, let me talk to you first.
Yeah.
Home Shield Foundation Repair. You've been working with Mark Cox. You've met a lot of 97.1 listeners.
We have. We've met a lot.
You like them? We like them.
Yes. And what's really cool is that how much that you guys don't know, but they talk about you and how much they love you guys.
I'm glad the second part was also. I've been in scenarios where people talk about me a lot, and then it's not really.
I don't experience that. We probably see anywhere from 10 to 12 listeners a week.
That's fantastic
for you guys. Like, and it's pretty cool because a lot of similarities and stuff there, and we're able to help them out of really uncomfortable situations that they don't want to be in.
Yeah, you're not like the most exciting person for people to have to call.
No, they honestly hate dialing our number.
Mm-hmm.
When they hit that last keystroke, they know it's going to suck. But the cool thing is
314-227-9636. Go on.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, I just want to,
Yeah, that's it. So, and I was telling Mark out in the lobby, like, you guys do such a good job talking us up to the listeners. Like, I feel like we have a cape on when we come to the house because we're able to get the problems fixed.
Yeah. Well, for all of your different types of foundational needs, of course, wet basements, cracks in your foundation. I think you work with crawl spaces, uneven sidewalk. I would assume that you're still doing the concrete leveling right now.
We are doing a lot of it right now with this false spring that we're having.
Yes. Yeah. And I would think, too, that, like, this would be the time I would want to get my patio fixed so that it's summer ready.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not
absolutely
in the way. You guys aren't out there in the way, even though it takes, a day to get
100%. Yeah, sometimes it only takes a couple of hours to get it back to where it needs to be.
Yeah, Mark Cox in studio with us. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Annie. How
We're
are you?
usually ships passing in the night. We don't get to see each other very much. You've been working with Matt, with Blair, with Home Shield Foundation Repair for longer than I have. How's your experience been working with Matt. I think he's fun.
Well, no kidding.
It's like especially a fun client to be hanging out with.
The other thing is, and I don't think people always appreciate this, is that if you or I put our name behind a product, we have to have the confidence that when people have that experience, it's what we sell to them. If we tell them that, hey, I know Matt Hayes. I've known him for a couple of years now. Our kids went to school together. When you call that number, there's a good chance he's going to be the dude walking into your basement to tell you what's going on, and he's not going to upsell you on stuff. And I tell him all that. So then, we've kind of set the bar kind of high for him when he walks in there.
It's that cape.
But it's good. People appreciate that. I mean, I'll get texts from Matt from a customer's house, and I love that. That's kind of the payoff for us is seeing what you're doing.
Go ahead.
We've seen some wild stuff, and yeah, just to harp on your point there. The biggest struggle for me is that those professional sales reps that are out there, that are hired by the companies that are owned by Wall Street, usually the top 3 to 4 that are on Google.
Mm-hmm.
And so for you guys to put our name out in the community, it really means a lot to us.
It's great to be able to partner with good local people doing great things. Blair, how many kids do you have?
We have 4.
4. I always tell my people ask that question. I'm always like 4. I'm always looking for upgrades. Still have the original, but Christmas is over mid-January. Is this an exhale time for you? Do you look forward to mid-January?
Normally I do. I would say this year we're on that college talk and all that stuff, so it's not slowing down having a senior, but that's okay.
All right. Well, we're
in it.
Yeah, we have some parallel lines here in our lives, so it's good to see you too. You guys ready to do X's and O's?
Yeah.
You guys played last time, right? Against each other. Who won? Okay.
All
right. Matt Hayes
Matt
with
remembers.
The flex. Let's get to it. Ryan, this is where you take over. I hope you remember how to do this.
All right. It's been a bit. This is X's and O's. We have a tic-tac-toe board up here in the studio. Every square is numbered 1 through 9. And Matt and Blair are our contestants. Our experts, quote-unquote experts, are Brad, Annie, and Mark Cox from the Mark Cox Morning Show.
Thank you, Ryan.
Who is in studio as well. So we will start with... I think we're going to start with Blair.
Blair, and she's O's.
Okay. So, Blair, if you recall, what you do is you pick any one of those squares, you tell me which number, and then you pick one of these experts to answer the question for you. I'll read the question. You simply have to agree or disagree with their answer. So, which square do you want to start with?
Got it. I'll go with 5 in the middle.
5 in the middle. And who's going to be answering this question for you?
I'll go with Annie.
Okay.
Annie, in the new inverted food pyramid from the Department of Health and Human Services, protein, high-fat dairy, vegetables, and fruits are at the top. While what category, generally speaking, is in the triangle now at the very bottom?
Grains?
Locking that in?
Yeah. I don't know if they put sugar on there.
Grains.
I'm gonna say grains. Ooh.
I'm
gonna look it up while you think.
She's locked in though.
Yeah.
All right, locked in. I am not 100% sure. That sugar comment kind of threw me off.
And it's really all Ryan thinks about. So
I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to disagree because I believe that there's another one, and I can't think of it.
I hope you're right.
Annie was unfortunately correct.
Oh.
She was correct, which means we start with an X in the middle for Matt.
All right.
Fine.
Yeah, grains and carbs were at the very bottom.
Do they have sugar on it?
It was all breads and grains.
It's all
I don't
mixed
even know
together.
if sugar's on there at all.
Yeah. All right, Matt, your turn.
And I saw that earlier this morning. The food
you?
pyramid.
Did you?
Pyramid.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I just glanced over it.
Yeah.
You didn't study it? You weren't like, okay.
I did not. I didn't know
All I
there was
care
going to
is
be a
it's got
test
meat
on it.
at the top
I'm
of
going to
it.
have to eat more high-fat dairy.
All right, we're going to get this game over quickly. Let's.
All right.
Number 3.
Number 3, who's answering this for you?
Mark.
Mark.
All right. Thank you, Matt.
All right, here we go, Mark. It's not just Governor Tim Walz. The Attorney General of Minnesota could be implicated by comments and documents that are resurfacing of his knowledge about government payment schemes plaguing the state of Minnesota. What is the name of the Attorney General of Minnesota?
Who in the world would remember the name of the Attorney General of the state of Minnesota, except for the fact that he used to be a U.S. congressman and is one of the hardest
corrupt
left-wingers in the world. His name is Keith Ellison.
You seem confident.
I think he seemed confident, but the who the heck in the world would know that name threw me.
Now, there's a
Did you see him
bluffing
puff
game
his
that can
chest out
happen
while
here,
he
too.
said that? He's like, who would know?
I know. Okay, I'm going to say that is true. That is correct.
You sure?
Yes.
That is correct.
All right.
Good
That
job.
is correct.
Mark Cox would know. That's who.
Yeah, I like how he worked through that question.
Yeah.
Who in their right mind would know such a thing? Well, here's who it is.
Me. That person is me. Blair, your square?
I'll go with 1, and I'll go with Brad.
Okay.
Going with 1 and Brad. Okay. Brad range, according to the Annie Fry Show guest Fred Fleitz from this week.
Flights.
Flights?
Yeah.
One of the reasons U.S. military was able to extract Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro was because they spent months training and built an exact replica of what?
His presidential palace, which was on a military base.
Agree or disagree?
I like the confidence. I'm going to agree.
That is correct. They built an exact replica of Maduro's house, which was incredibly difficult to do, apparently, because it was on a military base in Venezuela.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Isn't that wild?
It's good, though, right? It's like something out of Jack Ryan.
That's how they trained, was knowing where all the rooms were, where he went at given times. It's a pretty incredible story. Yeah. All right, Matt.
I'm going to be nice. Let's go with 9.
Oh, love is in the air.
Yes,
it is.
All right, and who is answering this question for you?
So Blair was your last square an oops, or was it a strategy?
So there's a little bit of strategy.
Okay, no, I like it. Yeah. And playing on his good graces, I might have been a part of it. I love this. This is making me so happy. You picking me?
I'm picking you, Annie.
Okay.
Switching
All right,
it up.
Okay.
Annie, you have found our audio whoopee.
Whoopee!
Yeah. Hey, look at that.
Whoopee. All right.
All right, Zohran Mamdani was sworn in as New York City's very first, probably 9th or 10th socialist mayor. Here's sound from his inauguration.
Oh my gosh.
We will draw this city closer together. We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of...
What is beeped there, Annie, from Zohran Mamdani's inauguration?
The warmth of collectivism.
Question mark?
Well, is there an adjective that I have to have, or is collectivism the...
It has to be the full beeped.
Play it again, Sam.
Here you go.
We will draw this city closer together. We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of...
Communist collectivism. Locking it in.
Is that what he said?
That's what he meant.
All right.
Matt?
Based off of the information that is... there's no way that's right.
It's 50% right, and it's...
it doesn't mean that it's not true, but I don't know if that's right.
You're going to say no.
He
You're
disagrees.
going to disagree.
I disagree.
Okay, here's the answer.
We will draw this city closer together. We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism.
Yep, it was just
It's
collectivism.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
right. So
Who wrote
Matt
that
got it
speech?
right.
You need the same pace and candor. Gosh dang it.
You did play it smart, though, and the answer is correct.
Oh, man.
Look at all those X's up there.
Okay.
I would have gotten that wrong because I thought he said the warm embrace of collectivism.
No,
Well,
I thought that was his
quote.
quote.
I thought there was
I
more
thought that
there.
was his quote.
That's why that was tricky.
All right, so we see Matt is threatening right now, and I don't know 100% Blair's strategy, but when we come back, we're going to find out. I also want to point out here to the room before we do go, if you're watching, President Trump is speaking, and Lord knows what he's talking about, but he's meeting with oil executives at the White House. He's got a pin on, the American flag pin on, but he also seems to have a cartoon pin of himself on underneath the flag. What's happening? It's got his little yellow hair swoop and everything. I'll get a picture for it and share it with us on the YouTube, but wow. What a weird world we live in. We've got Home Shield Foundation Repair, Matt and Blair in here, the best people in the business. If you have a foundation concern that you need looked at, HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com. We'll finish the game up as soon as we come back. Don't go away.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ziprecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ziprecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ziprecruiter.com/radio.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
You want to retire soon, but everyone keeps telling you to wait until you're 65. After all, that's the age that you qualify for Medicare and you're close to full retirement age. I'm Marvin Mitchell, president of Compass Retirement Solutions. In my new book, Retire Early, the 9 critical decisions when retiring before 65, I discuss proper planning to help
or any governmental agency.
Start the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day. Available online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com or at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
Annie Fry is St. Louis conservative.
Get over this pin of Donald Trump that Donald Trump is wearing.
It's like the shirt we talked about making for me that was just my face looking up at me and pointing.
But
this is a real thing that the
Here's
president of the
what I
United
think.
States is doing.
I think one of his grandkids gave it to him,
And he's
wearing
at
it
him.
to make him happy.
Well,
Don't
I
you?
love it.
I'll bet.
I hope he tells that story, too. We got Mark Cox in here as an expert. Of course, he's an expert. Along with our friends at Home Shield Foundation, repairs.com. Before we get back into the game, Matt Hayes and Blair Hayes in here facing off, discussing in-depth strategy on the break. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this one shakes out. Before we get back into the game, Matt, what kind of phone calls are you getting right now? Early January, it's 60 degrees outside. Up is down.
Yeah, this is crazy. So we're in this fall spring, right? So we're getting a lot of calls for cracks in the foundation, and I've been putting a lot of that stuff on our social media and trying to educate people on the different types of cracks you see. They're not all created equal, and I can promise you, if you're not talking to a structural engineer or an expert in the industry, they generally don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
I see so many false positives, I guess you could say, right, of situations of cracks. Oh, they just said I could put some epoxy in there. It's good. It's like, no, this crack's wider at the top and very small at the bottom. That means that part of the house is actually sinking, and that's the symptom that
sounds
we're seeing.
Potentially down the road a lot more expensive if you
Very.
just choose to put some epoxy on it.
Very, and that's unfortunately what happens. And a lot of these high pressure sales reps, they come in and they don't quote what system should be installed. They quote what they know they can get. So let's say you put a Band-Aid on a broken leg on 4 cracks in your basement, but what was the symptom of those cracks? Why did it crack? Let's figure that out. And if all we're doing is crack repair, great. Then we can do that and give a lifetime warranty. But if it is a situation where the foundation is settling, well, we got to stop that from happening,
right,
so you can go back about your life.
Fix the actual problem. Well,
Right.
Home Shield Foundation repairs.com. If you want to learn more about what they can do for you, get them out to see the situation you're dealing with. Highly recommend Mark and I both together. Mark's been working with them longer than I have, but I've only heard great things. So it's great to have you guys in here to have a little fun with us, too, not just the business side of things. We're playing X's and O's. We've got 3 X's. Those would be Matt's X's. One of those was donated to him by Blair, the one in the middle. 1-0 in the top left. And whose turn is it right now?
It would be Blair.
It's Blair's.
Blair's turn. All right, Ryan, take it over.
Blair, where are you headed next?
Number 6.
Number 6 for the block.
I like
All
that.
right. All right. So number 6 for the block. Who do you want to answer this question for you?
I'm going to go with Mark this time.
All right, thank you.
Mark. Oh, I'm glad you got this one. Mark, NFL player Matt Khalil.
Oh, no.
Has a huge lawsuit against his ex-wife who couldn't handle keeping his huge secret from the public.
Do you know the story, Matt? Or Mark? Okay.
What's the question, Ryan?
As discussed with tremendous class Wednesday on the Annie Fry Show.
Thank you.
Name one team that Matt Khalil has played for in the NFL.
The Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens. Now, is he sure or is he bluffing? Blair?
Or does he not know? That's all.
Well, if he doesn't know, he's bluffing.
Okay.
I feel like I'm getting a rough shake here. I wish I knew the answer. I'm going to be real honest.
I honestly don't know the answer to this question.
I will disagree.
You're going to disagree.
A little nervous.
Now, if you get it wrong, that's an automatic tit-tac-toe. That doesn't mean the game's over.
What you're doing
Why are you
right
making
now
her
is not,
second
yeah,
guess?
she's not going to.
Take her in.
She got it.
Yeah, thank you.
She got it. That is
Good.
correct.
Put that
I
O
was
up on the
scared to
board.
death you were
Draw
going to
your O,
ask me
baby.
what the comparison was. I knew that was going to be the question. So you really threw me off there, Ryan Wiggins.
Did you know
They
that he
usually
didn't
do.
play for the? Did you know?
I don't know
you
which team he played for.
Yeah, I don't either.
I sang it in this segment. Minnesota Vikings, if you recall.
The Vikings, okay.
Minnesota
All right.
Vikings, Houston Texans, and the Carolina Panthers all.
All right.
All right. So we really got a game now. Matt?
Good choice, Blair.
Good block, Blair.
Well done.
Thank you, Matt Khalil.
Well, you guys know where I'm going. Number 7 for the win.
7 for the tic-tac-toe.
Diagonal.
All right, who's answering?
Oh, Brad.
Okay.
We're going with Brad.
Brad, you and Matt have both stumbled into AI. All right, this is a real clip from the week run through AI. Tell me, well, it won't sound like it. Tell me who said this.
These National Guard troops are our National Guard troops. They are teachers in your community. They are business owners. They are construction professionals. They are Minnesotans.
Okay. So you thought you would get me, but you didn't. That's Tim Walz.
I don't think you knew you were going to get that question.
Not sure I was trying to get anybody or do anything.
Yeah, you were.
Just running some sound through some AI, just like a good host does.
Governor Tim Walz is the submitted answer.
What do you think, Matt?
His confidence was there, so I'm going to say that is correct.
Here is the correct answer.
And these National Guard troops are our National Guard troops. They're teachers in your community. They're business owners. They're construction professionals. They are Minnesotans.
There's
Look
a
at
tic-tac-toe.
Yep.
That is a
Ladies and
tic-tac-toe.
gentlemen, we have a winner.
1, 2, 3,
Rub
4,
it
5.
in.
Now, if you get the rest of the squares, you'll have more squares than he does, Blair.
Right.
But you are up against it.
That's a consolation prize.
Something to fight about on the way home, you know.
Blair, we're going to finish this board out. Which square you want to go with?
I have to go with 8.
8? Who's your expert?
Annie.
Okay.
Annie SLU beat VCU Wednesday. It was a close game, but Ethan says it should vault SLU into national rankings. Ethan doesn't know everything, though.
False.
What is... Agree or disagree? What is SLU men's basketball's record currently? I'll give you choices. A, 10-2. B, 13-5. C, 14-1. As reported in that segment.
14-5.
That is not one of
wasn't
the
an option.
answers.
That's not it.
But if you want to lock that in,
I do. What was it? What was the 14 one?
14-1.
10-5?
10-2.
I didn't listen to the segment then. I'm not listening to the segment now.
Or 13-5.
Yes.
You're going to go with 13 and 5?
No, I'm going with yes.
You're going to go with yes.
It's one of those.
It is one of those.
The one with the 5 losses.
5 losses. Okay. She seems very confident.
Well, I think the 1 loss or the 2 loss means that they've lost 1 or 2. That's a little bit different than the 5. So if I'm good at test taking and I'm trying to help my girl Blair out, I think that's the wrong answer.
Okay.
But it could be the right answer.
This is 50-50 for me. I'm going to disagree.
That's what I would
That
do.
is a good choice.
Yes, it is. It was
Do you know the answer?
correct?
Yes, it's C. It's they're 14 and
14
1.
and 1.
They've only lost 1 game.
Ackerman's been talking them up. He thinks they're the best team in the state.
I wish Ethan would bring
Yes.
that to the table and really drive it home.
I wish Ethan would do literally anything sometimes.
Oh.
The love. He's going to just come stand and glare in the window here. Just
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 14 and 1, and the 1 loss they have was on a buzzer beater.
And Ethan is Tom Ackerman, of course, Mr. Sports Guy. Ethan is bringing them to the table regularly. To
Oh
talk
yeah,
about.
he
He's been
did a
hyping
good
them up.
report.
Yeah.
I just like to give him
Perfect.
some grief.
All right, Matt.
Well, I already won.
Yes. Do you want to
Rub it in.
Here,
Say that
let me
before.
make you a certificate.
Let's
You
go
can-
with 2.
Okay, number 2. And who's answering this for you?
Mark.
Okay.
Mark, here we go.
This is a guest quote.
This is a guest quote from this week. I'm going to read you a quote. You have to tell me who it was on the Annie Fry Show. This is going to be tough for you. Here we go. Quote, President Trump and we in Congress, us Republicans, are working to rebuild. I don't know. The Democrats are going to lose on their policy.
This was a bite you ran on
This
the
was
Annie Fry
well.
show
This was a
week.
guest said this.
A
Normally,
guest said this.
we go, oh yeah, you know.
Say it again.
Okay,
I mean,
the quote is, quote, President Trump and we in Congress, us Republicans, are working to rebuild. I don't know. The Democrats are going to lose on their policy.
Congressman Mike Bost.
Oh, that's a very good guess.
I have no idea. So I'm going to say it's true.
That is incorrect.
Oh, who was it?
It was Congressman Mary Miller.
Oh, no. Are you kidding me?
Congresswoman. Yep.
That's right, Congresswoman
The
Mary
O
Miller.
on the board.
All right, making it a game now.
Oh. Sorry, Matt. I got to let you down. I did not hear that interview this week. I apologize. It's probably during my nap time.
That's totally
I apologize.
fair.
It was during Wiggins America, so I'm a little salty about it. All right, we got 1 square left. This is for bragging rights at this point.
All right, square 4.
Square 4. Who's answering?
We'll go back with Brad.
Brad, guess what? Both of you stumbled into AI again.
All right, let's do this.
All right, number 4. Tell me who said this.
What's not reasonable is for so many of you to plaster all over the media that this was an innocent woman and that the IC agent committed murder, which is what many of you have said explicitly and some of you have said implicitly.
Brad, who said that?
I remember this one. This one's burned into my brain. That's J.D. Vance.
We're going to agree.
Here's the answer.
What's not reasonable is for so many of you to plaster all over the media that this was an innocent woman and that the ICE agent committed murder, which is what many of you have said explicitly and some of you have said implicitly.
I'll tell you what, Blair came back big
Wow.
there. It's a good
Woo.
thing Matt had blocked her out already. Otherwise, that would have been a game. X's and O's winner.
Certificate presented.
I got my certificate.
Oh, nice.
Winner Matt Hayes for having the number 1 wife. Congratulations to the happy couple. That's a good game.
Yeah. I mean, she won overall, but I won quickly.
There you go.
So that,
And
There you
however
go.
you need,
Congrats.
however you need to feel good about it going home with a little bit of but involved in there. HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com is the website. If you want to give them a call, these are people you can trust, folks. We certainly do. Mark Cox, thanks for being in here.
Hey, glad to do it. Thank you. Great to see Matt and Blair and Wiggins, of course. Brad, thank you.
314-227-9636, HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com. Close game, great game. We appreciate you guys being in here.
Thanks for having us.
See you soon. Take care. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Bob Kershaw with Retirement Advisory Group.
Hi, I'm Tammy Kershaw. When we meet our clients for the first time, they have built up a lifetime of savings. Their question is, what can we do with this money so we can live comfortably the rest of our lives? First, we develop a strategy to protect your nest egg from any market losses. Then, we build your own personalized structured income plan that will generate you an income the rest of your life. We put you in control of your money.
You've earned it, and it's our job to make sure you enjoy it. Let our team show you how you can have the retirement of your dreams. Call us now at 314-993-9494 for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement review. You will also get a copy of our latest edition book, Your Key to a Worry-Free Retirement. We've been helping retirees and pre-retirees retire with confidence for 40 years. Call us now at 314-993-9494 or go online at retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
Hey, y'all, this is Maggie Freeling, host of the new podcast, Up and Vanish Weekly. Tune in each week as Payne Lindsay and I are joined by other true crime experts to take a fresh look at some of the most puzzling crimes and shine a spotlight on the cases that have stumped investigators for far too long. So go right now and search Up and Vanish Weekly in your podcast app to follow the show. Listen for free wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey guys, are you dealing with low energy weight gain or issues in the bedroom? Game Day Men's Health is the premier men's health clinic in the St. Louis area with locations in Chesterfield and O'Fallon, Missouri. They specialize in low testosterone and sexual health, and they also help men and women with medical weight loss, vitamins, and peptides. They offer free consultations and testosterone tests with results in about 20 minutes. Get in, get answers, get back to the top of your game. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Again, that's GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. After suffering an injury, you may face many hard questions. What will tomorrow bring? Which firm should I choose to represent me and my family? At Morgan & Morgan, we will hold your hand every step of the way. From our one-click sign-up, mobile apps, and 24/7 availability, we make it easy to get your case started right from the comfort of your couch. All firms are not the same. The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
All right, the question for the day is, should the United States acquire Greenland? Yes, by any means. Yes, not by force. Or no. I'm going to pull up a comment here from our YouTube page. It says, yes, let's get Greenland any way possible that does not include an invasion. And that is from a very unique name. It's user QI3EF2G05. Might be a bot. Who knows? But if you want to leave a comment, that is the way to do it. Get on YouTube or text us 314-241-9797 as we follow those. 2:34 right now. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Fox News National, St. Louis Local, 97.1 FM Talk.
I'd ask Ethan, but I'm pretty sure I know he can't answer the question. Have you seen Princess Bride, Ethan? Just yell it. Oh, you got a microphone there.
No.
God dang it. Does the Sicilian say when he's having the battle of wits with the Dread Pirate Roberts, does he say unemployed in Greenland? Is it Greenland?
It's in Greenland, but it's when he's yelling at Andre the Giant on the boat when they're rhyming.
But it's Greenland, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I hear the entire time we're saying Greenland. All I hear is the Sicilian going, Greenland? That's when Andre the Giant is rhyming. Anybody want a peanut? Do you know what I'm saying?
I do too.
On.
I don't remember
you know
that
though.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you know that one?
Because we did something in Sue's News on the Mark Rudin show a few weeks ago about it, and that's the clip I pulled. So I had
anyone want a peanut?
Yeah, and I thought it was pretty funny.
The Sicilian says, "Stop it! I mean it!" And he goes, "Anyone want a peanut?"
Yeah,
because he's supposed to stop rhyming.
It's a good scene.
Unemployed in Greenland.
Okay.
It sounds like the Sicilian's idea of the worst thing that could happen to somebody.
Okay.
Right?
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Such a good movie.
I suggested watching that with my kids the other day, and they said, "Oh, maybe," but they didn't know what I was. I'm like, "Well, let's watch Princess Bride." It's just like saying 2 words. It means nothing to them.
The swamp, that actually had like resonating fear from the quicksand swamp,
the fire swamp.
Where
I
they
don't
go
even
in,
remember that.
They're trying to get through because they got to fight. The last thing is the ROUSSs, which is the rodents of unusual sizes, and they are trying to move through it. And then he just like goes through quicksand.
Okay.
And then there's naturally a rope that is also tied to a tree that he is able to climb out of with her. I think she goes down. He dives in to save her. They climb out of the rope, but I just thought that quicksand like that existed just like maybe in the Midwest.
Yeah.
And it bothered me. Not the ROUSSs, but the quicksand.
I'm not saying that I want to be in quicksand, but I am very curious as to what it's like to be in quicksand.
Like, what are we talking about here? How bad could it really be?
I know. Doesn't it seem like, have you guys tried climbing out? Because it just seems like something you could
I think you're probably
beat.
supposed to treat it the way you would treat ice if you fell through the ice, which is you're supposed to, if you go down through ice, you're supposed to kick your legs so that you go like parallel to what the
Flat.
ground would be. And then you're supposed to like kick your legs and kick yourself forward so that you're laying on the ice. And then you're supposed to push because you're spreading your weight out as much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd have to do that with quicksand, but you can take those if you want to. But I also think that you also might fall forward to get out of the quicksand and just go all the way into the quicksand. I don't know.
I don't know if this is true of every 8-year-old boy in the Midwest, but when I was 8, I knew that I had discovered something called quick mud back in a creek near my house.
Same.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I was probably going to die, everybody. You guys don't understand the heroism with
Did you
which
get
I
stuck
acted.
up to your knees in it?
Yes, I did.
The exact same thing. Where was yours?
It was just in a creek behind my house.
The mud that like is constantly just the moisture goes through it from the flow of the creek.
Yeah.
Behind my parents' house, they have a creek, and we would walk in it. We would play in the creek because most of where the creek was behind our house, if it got deep, it was 18 inches deep. But most of it was babbling over, stones, running through. If it had rain, then it would get higher, of course. And so we'd be playing down there, and I stepped on what looked like solid, clear mud, and I went up to probably 8, up to my knees in it, and I had to throw myself on the ground to pull one leg out and then pull the other, and I pulled my sock and my tennis shoes out. They could still be, they probably washed away by now. But though I did not come up out of the creek with anything on my feet.
Old pair of Keds for somebody out there right now.
Probably I had a few pairs of those, and it's like clay.
Yeah.
And I remember walking up, and I was just filthy, caked, covered in it, and I thought, I am cooked.
Oh, I thought you would have thought you were tough, because I did.
Well, I was terrified I was going to be in trouble because I had lost my shoes, I had lost my socks, I was in great peril, and nobody was around.
Which
is what we did in the 80s and the 90s.
Yep.
Is we just went elsewhere and almost died, and then came home.
This
and then
creek
just came home
behind my house. It emptied into a large kind of basin area that wasn't quite a lake. Although if it rained, there would be standing water throughout the whole area. And so we decided, we're going to go explore that. And so we walked through it.
Isn't it great? Isn't that great to remember?
Yeah, it was awesome. So awesome. And you felt like you would accomplish something, even though what are you really doing? But you're out there, roughing it. And we went out there. Me and my next door neighbor Mikey went out there. And
does he still go by Mikey?
He probably goes by Mike now.
You don't?
I don't know. I don't. We're friends on Facebook, but I don't talk to him a whole lot. I think he lives on the West Coast. But we went out there, and I got stuck, and I'm like, oh no, what's gonna happen? And I'm like, Mikey, spare yourself. You stay over there where it's safe. I'll do this, but I'm gonna need a tree branch. So he threw a big old stick out, and I somehow pulled myself out, and I'm alive to talk about it today. I'm proud to say.
That type of stuff growing up, how you remember it, and like I always think there are a few things that have happened to me in my life that when I go meet the good Lord, I want to be like, can I see what that looked like from here? That happened, and in my mind, especially like the littler you are, how you view it, the things you think when you're a child, or if you do something, if you ever thought about something you did as a kid that was like, wow, that could have ended me, like for real, for real. I just think about when you reflect on your childhood, there's really no way to know how serious it really was or how serious it really wasn't. Because you're experiencing all of these things without the context of like the breadth of life. What's the most dangerous thing you did as a kid?
I wasn't really that dangerous of a kid. It would probably be that story I just told, which is why I had to make it sound really awesome.
Well, it was to you as a kid.
It was. My brother, I remember, the exact thing you're talking about, though, of was it real or was it really dangerous or not? I'm 8 years older than him, so I had a little bit more context for when I was about 16. He was 8, and I remember him telling stories about just swimming or something. And he'd say, oh, I was trapped at the bottom of the pool for probably what was 5 minutes. You know, and you're like, I know that's not true, but at the time, he probably felt very afraid of whatever this situation was. And we have the propensity to make these things sound very glamorously dangerous when we're kids. That, like you said, I don't actually know, even looking back now to the story I told, I don't know if I was actually in any danger. Like, if I had not been there with my neighbor, would I have been fine? Oh, man. Or would I have actually been stuck? I don't remember.
Have you ever been supervising your kids and they don't know you're supervising them, and they're like maybe in like there's something that you could step in and stop the next thing that's probably going to happen from happening, but you kind of feel like, let's see what they do with this one.
Oh, yeah.
Where it could be like an argument, of course, but also something that is like the lesson you're about to learn here from life is going to be more effective than me telling you.
Yep.
Are those fun parenting moments?
Yep.
And then you show up and you're like, oh, are you okay? I didn't know. It's terrible.
I do the exact opposite, though. I'll let it happen and then go, I was going to tell you, but you should have figured it out.
That go the way you thought?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, those are, I don't know. I think about growing up, if you're fortunate enough to grow up near a creek, some woods, open fields, being able to run down the street to a place that was like not just a playground. Playgrounds are that's almost too much to work with. You almost need to just have space to imagine and to create. Mm-hmm. And kids don't have that today because we limit them from accessing it, but I don't regret that.
What else are you going to do?
They're not going to run down the street by themselves and go play out of my sight. It's not happening.
I do think back, and my wife grew up in a community like this up in northern Illinois where she could actually walk to school.
Yeah.
That always sounded so neat to me as a kid.
Free.
Because you were the one in charge. You didn't have to have somebody taking you. You could just go and leave on your own, ride your bike maybe. And communities like that are rarer now. It's not that they don't exist.
Yeah, you'd have to be able to watch them. Charlie's driving to school right now. I sit on Life 360 and I watch his little head drive the street to where he needs to go in the morning and all the way to school. Just watch. I've asked myself, car stops moving, what am I going to do?
Is he excited to drive to school?
Yeah,
is that
pumped.
A cool thing?
Yeah, he loves it, which awesome. I appreciate because there are a lot of kids who are just
they don't care anymore.
Not the way they need
so
to.
Connected more than used to be.
Yeah, you have freedom now, and you need to really, really want that.
Do you want me to send you back to where you were? Unemployed in Greenland?
All right, we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Nice.
Well, you just heard from Matt Hayes and Blair Hayes, the lovely couple. This is like a family-owned business, like I've told you, but when you get to know them a little bit more, like we were able to do just earlier in the hour playing X's and O's, connecting with real people for problems that you really need to have solved, The reason you have hesitation when you have to make a phone call, like, gosh, what is going on in the basement? Oh my goodness, the foundation, I just saw some cracks. How long have they been there? You don't know. You have no expertise in foundations, but you do have an investment in your home, and that foundation is everything. So what you do is you kind of lament the thought of having to make that phone call because you don't know who you're calling. You're hoping you don't get screwed. Every time I'm making a phone call like that, I'm thinking, I guess going to get screwed on this one. So when you are able to connect with somebody who you can trust, that alleviates a lot of the pain. It can actually even make you excited that this problem is actually going to get solved, and it's going to get solved correctly. If you have a foundation concern at your home or at your place of business, you have the people to call at Home Shield Foundation Repair. 314-227-9636. That's 314-227-9636. Learn everything you need to know online at homeshieldfoundationrepairs.com.
Hey, it's your main man, Jimmy Fallon, and I am headed your way. Saturday, January 24th at the Factory in Chesterfield. We are defunding the joke police. So grab your tickets at 971fmtalk.com/events, and I will see you in the loo.
License number E2014A.
Hey, it's good to see you.
You know, there's a certain way we do things around here, the Grasser way.
The Grasser way?
We don't cut corners, and we don't take shortcuts. Not on the little stuff, and not on the big stuff.
We do the big stuff.
That's right. Whole home generators that kick on the moment the grid gives up. Lights stay on, heat stays on, your family stays safe, so your house stays warm.
And your ice cream stays frozen.
Green is always Grasser at GrasserHomeServices.com.
St. Louis, laugh it up with Jimmy Fallon live at the Factory on January 24th. From national radio to sold-out comedy clubs, Jimmy delivers fast, fearless stand-up that hits home.
The only ones raising tough kids anymore. The redneck babies are going to take on ISIS. The hipster babies are going to battle the evil forces of gluten. You know what I'm saying?
Grab your friends and get ready for a night of laughs. One show, one night only. Don't miss Jimmy Fallon January 24th at the Factory. Get your tickets now at thefactorystl.com. That's thefactorystl.com.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show. 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
What a jam.
That peanut butter ain't crunchy. Very smooth.
Is that like your bedroom talk?
No, I just made up a phrase,
Ew.
though. I think that needs to be popularized across the country immediately.
Not what I needed in my head.
Which part?
The bedroom talk part.
But the quote was okay.
Yeah, the quote was awesome.
Say it again.
That peanut butter ain't crunchy. That is very smooth.
Ew, I'm allergic to peanuts.
I think I'm going to put that in my bio next time I have to apply for a job.
I think you should make it your Twitter bio.
Seriously.
Will do.
Can you pull up an REM song?
Sure.
Are you an REM fan?
I'm not an REM fan. They exist, and I enjoy some of their
What is their local ties?
tunes.
Like Cape Girardeau or something?
Yeah, Michael Stipe is from Collinsville.
Collinsville.
Yeah.
Did he go? Is he a K-Hawk?
He's a K-Hawk.
What year ish?
77, something like that.
So are you a fan of him? Are you a fan of REM more because of that?
Maybe, just because people have talked about him more in my lifetime, having been in Collinsville.
Let me know if someone's got an REM song they can play.
I've got one right now.
Scribe is how you.
That's an
That's
ad.
not it.
Ad.
That's not
So,
it.
I mean, we're close.
Gosh. Oh, man. I got to hit extra buttons over here to play
Okay,
it.
there we go. What are you setting up here?
This is a post on X that I came across. It said, someone said Donald Trump was actually the lead singer of R.E.M., and now I can't unhear it.
There are other songs this would lend to better, too.
Yeah? I don't even know what this song is. I've
This
taken
is
your
Orange
word
Crush.
that it's R.E.M.
I've heard people say that before, and I've listened to REM with that filter in my brain.
And?
It's kind of true.
Really?
It's within the realm of funny, but maybe it works. Yeah.
Do you think is that like an incredibly mean thing to say about Mr. K-Hawk? Do you think he would hate that? Or?
Well, he would hate it. Yeah, I mean, he hates everything about Donald Trump. He's told personal stories. Yeah, he's told stories about being in clubs with Donald Trump. Because in New York, I think that's where Michael Stipe ended up residing.
Yeah.
And, they'd run into each other at clubs and at stuff. And he just didn't like him. He said Trump would show up and just think that he was the belle of the ball.
Well, he was.
Which is, of course, what you'd expect from Donald Trump.
I would say more maybe the beau of the ball.
Yeah.
This might be one as well. I'm going to throw this up here and see if this works, because I'm not a huge REM fan.
Oh, life is bigger. It's bigger than you.
Is this real?
You are not me.
Yeah.
Is that the real song?
That's the real song.
I will go to.
You can see the accordion hands.
In your eyes.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I've said too much.
Well, we know that's not him.
Yeah, never mind. That's not him.
That's totally the real song. Gosh, that might do it for me for REM.
That does, especially with the picture of him up with his okay symbol, with his mouth wide open, looking like he could be singing. It helps. That's why the internet was made right there. For that kind of crap.
Does Mr. REM, what's his name? Scott Stapp? I know that's not it.
Michael Stipe.
Michael Stipe. Close. Does he know about this?
Does he know about this phenomenon?
Does he know that this is like a thing?
I don't know. I just saw this a couple weeks ago. So here's my short answer to this question. No, Michael Stipe does not know about that, because Michael Stipe is disconnected. That guy is off the grid of the planet.
Why? How?
I don't know. He has disappeared, though. I mean, think about the last time you saw some sort of public appearance from Michael Stipe. And any podcaster in the world would take an interview from him. He doesn't do anything. So I don't know if that means he's actually not a part of any social media.
Can I ask you a question? Stipe, you said?
Stipe.
Have you ever seen Mr. Stipe and Donald Trump in the same room?
I have not. Have you been to Washington?
I have.
Have you?
I did not see Mr. Stipe there. I also don't know what he looks like. So.
Oh, my. So maybe the stories that Michael Stipe told about meeting Donald Trump were some sort of Fight Club situation.
He's his own worst enemy.
He's kind of put it out there that he really hates him, so then it would make sense they'd never be in the same place at the same time.
Right.
They don't get along.
Well, I'm not going to show up there. Not if Donald Trump's going to be there.
Mm-mm.
And I don't really care for that Michael Stipe, says Trump.
And you never really hear Donald Trump talking a lot about REM.
We've listened to several speeches.
It hasn't
probably
come up yet.
more, five or more.
Is that a pin of Mr. Stipe on Donald Trump's lapel right now, or is it just a pin of himself, just to remind everybody of who he really is?
I don't know.
He wears that pin to remind himself who to show up as each day. I think we've really cracked the case here. It's not that they sound alike.
Yeah. It's that they are the same person. Do you think Donald Trump maybe grew up in Collinsville?
Next time you see him, ask him something discreet about horseradish and see if he gives you facts and details.
I will. And the ketchup bottle.
Gary Wood.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to the YouTube live chat poll results today. Ethan, let's have them.
233 votes
Thank you for
on the
voting,
live
folks.
chat poll. Good work, everyone. Should the United States acquire Greenland? 3 options. 70% say yes, but not by force. 17% say no. And 12% say yes by any means.
So, quick math, 83% say Greenland it is.
Yup.
Unemployed in Greenland? back where you were, apparently. That's where he was, Andre the Giant. Thank you for being with us. Happy Friday to you. Do not go away. Mark Reardon starting the show off with...
Catherine Hanaway.
All right, in studio. So keep it right here on 97.1 FM Talk, the Mark Reardon Show and the Roundtable. Big one today. Next.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Health Trends, sponsored by Wesley Financial.
Improve balance at any age. The Mayo Clinic suggests adding specific daily exercises for better stability. Balance on one foot using an object for support if you need it. Then switch legs. Try standing up from a seated position without using your hands, or walk a line, heel to toe for a short distance. Tai Chi, with its gentle flowing movements, is also proven to improve balance. I'm Margie Schaefer.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-959-3388. That's 800-959-3388.
Gain peace of